you from the Radio for One studios in Franklin, Michigan. Welcome to the Detroit Cast.
Big fan.
A show not just free of charge, but free of FCC regulations.
Thank you for your support of the Detroit Cast.
Oh, there it is.
And without further delay, it's showtime. Please welcome the Detroit Cast. Here are your hosts, Mike and Jay.
Well. We made it to a Friday. Welcome to the Detroit Cast. Who's the new guy?
Before we get started, I just want to say I forgive E for the way that he acted yesterday.
Once again, I don't accept it. It should be the other way around, I think.
You're a very unforgiving person.
No,
I forgive
I'm
him.
not.
You
I
forgive
didn't
him
do anything
for the second time, and he won't accept.
I didn't do anything that deserves
Very
forgiveness.
juvenile, E.
I don't
Very
Ridiculous
juvenile.
anti-show conduct. I forgive him.
That's ridiculous. I didn't do anything that deserves forgiveness. And I don't accept it.
Throwing your headphones and having a temper tantrum.
You owe me an apology for that.
I'll
I forgive you
apologize to
too.
you. I'll apologize to you for throwing your headphones down.
Thank you.
I
I
will
accept
not-
your apology.
I will
I can
not
be a
accept.
big man.
I will not
Unlike you,
accept.
apparently. Jay offers you forgiveness,
For
and you
something he
don't
created.
accept.
Yeah.
Something I created.
I don't know what he's talking about.
No idea.
Okay.
Anyway, welcome to the show, everybody. On a Friday, we made it to the weekend with Mike and Jay. Big E is here. Mickey is here. And got a lot to get to. How are you doing today?
Really good.
Yeah,
I'm excited for the show, Mike.
you are.
We're
We're excited
gonna-
for the weekend or the show?
Well, the show means that we're, limping toward the weekend here. So
Yeah.
we get the show done, and then there we are in the weekend.
Yeah.
So it's part and parcel.
I think we're going to take Monday off, too.
What?
Yeah, I know. Jay's going to I don't know. We've got some things going on. So we're kind of on the fence with it, but we might not be here Monday. So if we're not, don't panic. It's not because of E.
Maybe we should have you do a best of. I don't know.
I'm
just
not
thinking
gonna-
out loud here.
You're not what?
What?
Did I hear another not gonna?
Yep. You did.
Not gonna. Just negative E.
I don't think we should do a best of. I think we should do a show. But
Yeah.
but that's if we're gonna sit here and you're gonna sit there and rail on me for I don't mind if you're gonna have a family weekend, but I think me and Mike should do a show is what my opinion is. But
That's what your opinion is?
yep, that's what my opinion is.
Anyway, we'll decide.
That's fine.
We got a lot to get to today. Lasers and planes. TLC made a decision finally on the Duggars. We got an incident in Mexico.
There's
dude.
something going on in Mexico.
Yeah.
This is not El Chapo related.
No.
Oh, I thought that was
Much bigger.
We got a
much bigger
bigger
issue.
than El Chapo.
we got a giant-headed baby to discuss.
Kazoo-like.
It's very Kazoo. Hello, dum dum. Isn't that his famous thing when he said it to Fred?
I think so, yeah.
Also, Bruce Jenner.
That was the link between the Jetsons and the Flintstones, right?
Totally.
Okay, he
Yeah.
came. Yeah,
Yeah. Seemed weird in Bedrock to have an alien, but
whatever.
It was a cartoon. And we'll
Did
get
all
to
those
the.
shows back then have to have a link, or it seems like, or no?
There was lots of crossovers.
That was a
it
big
happen?
thing.
Was it solely just to make, if they wanted to start something new, they would be an idea of
Yeah.
getting kids into it, or was it just that it just happened?
Yeah, they did that. There were
Yeah, it
spin-off
just
shows
happened
with
without any
everything.
reason. There was no reason behind it. It just happened organically.
Yeah,
it just happened.
but it was like they couldn't launch a new show at all without having some sort of tie-in. They did that a lot with sitcoms too.
Yeah,
The
Well,
Jeffersons that was all in the family.
Yeah, but I
right?
think what they did was they got feedback from fans that they liked those characters, like Laverne and Shirley when they appeared on Happy Days.
Yeah,
Everybody
yeah.
loved them, and so
Yeah.
they spun it off.
and Mork
Yes, dude.
spun off from Happy Days as well. Didn't he
Incredibly.
show up there?
Yes.
And then the Jeffersons. Maude was a spinoff from.
Soap.
Was it Soap?
I think so.
Maybe. Yeah, and even in the cartoon world, like you said, with
Jetsons and the Flintstones.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll explain the big-headed baby in a little bit. We'll get to the Tennessee terrorist as well. Well, I shouldn't jump to conclusions.
They're investigating the shooting, Mike. We don't know if terrorism was behind this. We don't know
Right.
what the motive was.
Right. We'll get to that in a second. However,
Yeah.
last couple days.
We've had a bit of a debate. A couple of
So-
debates. This isn't what you're thinking. This isn't the oral v anal, although we may broach that subject later
Yeah.
in the show again,
I'm
unfortunately.
utterly shocked at the reaction from people.
I'm
Utterly
I think it's
shocked.
insane.
I am so
Insane.
100%
Ian
convinced
and I
of the right answer of this. I'm shocked the
And
other way.
as am I, as is E. We are 100%. I'm in agreement with E on this one.
Team anal. That's all I have to say.
Jay is team anal. You heard it from his mouth.
So here's speaking of Miles, Mike.
Yeah.
No, here's the other debate though. We had an issue the other day. The final story, I don't know, on Wednesday's show, something like that, was a proops, so to speak.
Look at that proof.
It was a man eater who had
Yeah.
beached himself, right?
Yeah,
So
he
we've
was
got
only
like a-
like 7 feet long.
Yeah, we've got like a 7-foot great white shark beached himself, maybe 14 feet from water. And you've got a bunch of beachgoers who are trying to save this thing instead
Yeah.
of putting a bullet in its head or just leaving it. Just let it rot in the sun. I don't know. Instead, they tried to save it, put it back in the water so it could eat them later. Well,
Yeah.
during the showing of this video, E declared that there was nothing interesting in the video concerning the people.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd like to see better looking people in the background.
None of the people were good looking, blah, blah, blah. And Mike declared, just wait. And he teased it. Just wait. The end of this thing, there's a chick.
Here it comes.
There's a chick in a blue bikini. Check out her ass. Well, as soon as said blue bikini flashed on the screen, I knew that girl had to be 11 to 13 years old.
You don't know that.
I
Here she
know
comes.
it.
Take another look.
11 to 13.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Mike declares that that's one of the hottest asses he's ever seen.
In my defense, I like small asses. And also in my defense, I in passing, like when I'm like researching shit, I'm kind of buzzing through it. And I just happened to catch, I wanted to see how this ended. So I kind of fast forwarded to the end. And then I saw that and I was like, oh, wow. And then I just looked away. And then so when it came up on the show, I was like, oh yeah, there's a hot ass coming up.
Yeah, but you kind of held strong to that even after you saw it
did.
several
Well, no,
times.
once I was in the fire, it was like, well, I don't know, but maybe she looks like she's in shape. Maybe she's 24 and
There is no chance. The oldest that this girl could
14.
be is, I was going to say 16.
I think 14's the limit.
Mickey, you got my back on this one.
That's a negative, Ghost Rider. I'm not going down with you on this one.
Yeah.
I don't know that I'm going out. For all I know, she's 28,
No,
32.
I'm still
She
on
could
my-
be in her mid 40s for all
Well,
we
let's
know.
I'm
try to
thinking
find out.
13 hard.
Yeah. I'm thinking 13
Oh, you're
as
hard
well.
now?
Now when
Wow.
when I
Yeah,
look
Rose
at it
said
again,
that.
my best guess is going to be 13. I'm with Mickey on this one.
I'm still holding strong at
24.
24.
So here's what we're going to do. Listener Ed did some digging, sort of a
God.
producer, took on a producer type
Oh,
role.
no.
If you can believe that. He listened to the show. He saw a story that could demand some more digging, maybe have a different flavor to it if somebody took it to the next level. So he took that upon himself, Ed did.
Mm-hmm.
What a nice guy.
And he sent us an email. He said, this should be the number for the mom of the blue bikini girl or her friend's mom. He says, Jackie may be the age of consent. I think the one in the blue is either Jackie Lally or Quinn B, which would be very creepy for Mike.
Oh, no.
She did, meaning Jackie, have a pretty good junior year in track and field this year.
Junior year in college.
Um,
Assuming that's what they mean.
It's not high school.
they seem to be the ones who shot a lot of videos. So this girl's family. So we're going to give Elise, apparently the mother, a call and see if we can't get an age out of her
Oh, no.
concerning the blue bikini girl. Maybe redemption for Mike. I don't know.
There's no
Yeah,
chance.
it looks like there's two numbers. We'll try.
And we're just
Need be.
throwing this at the wall. We have no idea.
Where was this? Was
is
this
going.
Massachusetts?
Couldn't have been
Chatham Beach, Cape Cod. Yeah.
Cape Cod, Massachusetts. Okay. You need proofs. What am I doing up here? I'm on the beach.
that. Oh boy.
Elise.
Elise.
Oh, boy, this is going to be uncomfortable. I'm actually hoping someone doesn't answer the phone.
Come on, Elise.
Hello, I'm sorry we can't take your phone call right now, but if you'd like to leave us a message, we'll get back to you.
Yeah,
as
she
soon as
sounds
we
of
can.
age.
Thank you.
Sounds kind of snobby.
Let's try the other one.
Is that an accent too, or did I hear that right?
Smugness.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sounds like she takes holiday.
It takes holiday.
That's-
She's
that's
involved
what
in
it's like.
track, we found out, in college. So that could just be a track.
Dude.
body. It's clearly in college.
Honestly, I'm uncomfortable with that on the screen. That's how young I think that girl
Why?
is.
They posted it.
The number you have reached is not in service.
That's
This
unfortunate.
is a recording.
We got one more.
I
don't
thought that was
think
that
so.
too.
Well,
Damn it!
yeah, we tried. I guess we'll just, agree to disagree. Disagree
Try
to
her
agree.
later in the show one more time.
All right. If I remember, I might not remember.
You son of a bitch.
Anyway, it was worth a try. Yeah, interesting day today. In case you have not watched the television, we had a gentleman attack a couple military spots.
Gentleman
this
yes.
afternoon. Yes. And he ended up murdering 4 Marines and shooting a cop, which is wonderful news. Heavily armed gunmen opened fire on 2 military centers in Chattanooga, Tennessee. He's now deceased. That's the best news to come out of this story, that they lit his ass up. 24-year-old naturalized U.S. citizen. Now, this is shocking to me. I thought his name was going to be Bill Johnson. I could have sworn I was going to read, Bill Johnson lost his shit.
Yeah.
Nope. Unfortunately, his name is Muhammad Yusuf Abdulaziz. Anyone in the room, show of hands. Anyone shocked at that news? Didn't think so. Yeah.
Kuwaiti born.
That's where he's originally from. He lived in Hickson, Tennessee. Went to the University of Tennessee, Chattanooga. Graduated in 2012 with a degree in engineering. Smart guy. In addition to the 4 Marines, at least 3 others, including police officer Dennis Padigo, they were injured. The Marines were killed. Padigo's in stable condition. Law enforcement have swarmed the house, and I guess they were just like, come out with your hands up. And the family's like, okay. And they came out with their hands up, and so they went in and they've been just diving through anything they can find. This shooting started just before 11 a.m. when witnesses saw a single guy drive into a strip mall and use a high-powered shotgun and fire more than a dozen rounds at a military recruitment office. So this goes back to when they talk about soft targets. This is one of those. I think this was Clinton did this back like in 93, where it's, we don't want to keep these, they don't want military guys walking around in civilian areas armed.
Okay.
So you don't see military guys carrying.
Mm-hmm.
And in fact, there was a sign on the door, which makes this all the more difficult to believe. There was clearly a sign on the door that there were bullet holes in that said no guns allowed. So clearly that was a rule.
Sad irony there.
Yeah. So why this guy would think he could go in there and blow the place up, I don't know. Again, pointing to the problem with this logic of no guns, this and that people that are going to break the law don't give a fuck about the rules. You're unprotecting the people that could use that protection in that situation. Marines basically hold up in a rat hole that aren't able to protect themselves. Sitting ducks. They said these guys might not have even known. So maybe it wouldn't have even mattered, but yeah, it's just it's disturbing. So he pulls up in a silver convertible Mustang, opens fire about 12 rounds, and then he takes off and drives about 8 miles and comes to a U.S. Naval Reserve Center where he opened fire again. That's when he killed the 4 Marines.
Your point about them being armed, though, they definitely would have had a chance to take him out. He's using a shotgun.
Well, I think it was a semi-automatic.
Yeah, but still, he's going to have to reload that real quick after 3 shots.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they could have taken him out.
Could have been 8 shots, Jay.
Okay. True.
And there are witnesses saying that he reloaded twice, maybe 3 times. Yeah. So,
it's just not the weapon of choice typically for these murders.
Yeah, you think AR-15, Kalashnikov, stuff like that. President Obama was briefed on the incident, and I was looking forward to that because you remember back at Fort Hood, and that was just a disgruntled employee.
Well, that was a workplace dispute.
Right. That's all that was. That wasn't terrorism of any sort.
If this guy had any tie to anybody in those places, it would have been some, non-terrorist activity. It would have been something less.
So
they haven't declared anything, have they?
What?
The administration?
No, they didn't even use the word terrorism. Not once did they mention the word terrorism. So I don't know if this is just a mentally unstable youth or whatever. But yeah, they said President Obama was briefed. He also urged the Department of Defense officials at bases around the country to remain vigilant. He said it's heartbreaking circumstance for these individuals that served our country with great valor to be killed in this fashion. thoughts of American people. The thoughts of the American people are with the families of those who had been killed or injured. Eyewitness Gina Mule said she saw the gunman fire at the offices. April Grimmett shared a picture of she's the one that posted the picture of the bullet riddled
door
glass at first. Yeah. Shortly after we heard the shot, it was very loud. It was very fast. The shooter appeared to be talking on the phone during the attack. I could not believe how many bullet holes were in that door. It was insane. Erica Wright talked to CNN, said that she was working in a hair salon near the center and saw and heard the gunman. We heard one pop, one really loud pop. We went to the door. There were several other pops. After that, we looked 2 doors. We locked our doors down and saw a guy in a silver Mustang unloading on the recruitment office. He reloaded once or twice. He just pulled up. I didn't think anything of it. He lifted up his arms with a big black gun. It was one shot, then it was endless shots, one after the other, just unloading. There was a barrage of fire once the cops got there, though, once they, because they were on him from the first spot he was at.
Right.
So, yeah, this, again, shocking when you read the name. And the other thing that's coming out like crazy,
he was a wrestler.
Yeah, he was a wrestler. Looked like he was a fighter of some sort, too.
I love that. We're watching this 24-hour news cycle, right? Typical bullshit. As this thing's, they're just grasping for any fact about this guy, right? And you're about to get to one that's interesting, but all these uninteresting things like, let's call his wrestling coach from high school.
Yeah.
And just,
which is what they do. They're digging for anything they can
annoying.
Find. Well, what's frustrating about it is, and we'll talk to the TV as it's going on, because they're always going to ask the same questions. Did you see anything? Did you notice anything off balance? Did you see this coming? What was he like? They're going to ask the same pointed, dumb questions. And the most disturbing part to me is every single time these people go, I got to tell you, he was the nicest guy in the world. Great student, never disrupted class. He was a pleasure to be around. He was liked by all. He was a great guy. They go on and on and on. And it's like, that's almost more troubling to me, that this peaceful religion that's always told anytime this happens, it's like, well, that's just an outset of this radical whatever of this really, really peaceful religion. But if everybody says like they were nothing but peaceful and loving, and then they go and do something like this, unfortunately, it makes the whole thing suspect, right?
Yeah.
Is that crazy to say?
No.
I mean, you just think of it and you're like, wow, everybody from his coaches, his friends, his coworkers, all saying what a wonderful guy he is. Nobody saw a thing.
Yeah, he didn't seem to be on the fringe.
Yeah.
He seemed to be just a normal guy, right?
You look at, and people go, well, this happens with other people too. Other people, white people go batshit crazy too. And they point to the guy that lit up the kindergarten classroom. But it doesn't take more than 2 minutes to go, okay, there were serious breakdowns with that story, right?
Serious signs, you mean?
Oh my God. The mother totally blind to this. The
kid wouldn't leave his room. He just played first-person shooter games for like 3 years straight, right?
And was clearly mentally unstable. He was a mess. He was a recluse. He was collecting weapons off his he ran like everything you would point to, like problem, red alert.
Or Pistons tearaway pants.
Right. Sure. So, I don't know. That's just this guy, obviously smart. You don't become an engineer graduating from college and all that. And I don't know what you do. This is going to be, if they don't, and they're, like I said, they're digging through all his shit, all his computers, and they'll find stuff, where he was radicalized. The family, I'm sure, will act like they didn't know shit. And that's scarier.
Oh, this is one of those lone wolf ISIS deals, right?
Yeah, probably.
It's going to be shown to be probably.
Yeah. It just seems insane that you can just be radicalized like that and go pull a stunt like that. But this is exactly what they've been asking people to do. And of course, it's on the last day of Ramadan. No, I don't know.
Speaking of mentally unstable youths, did you see James Holmes convicted of all 165 counts? He's, of course, the movie theater shooter.
Yeah.
In Aurora, Colorado.
Mm-hmm.
Dickhead who dressed up like the Joker and went to the Batman movie.
The midnight showing.
What a surprise, right? He was found guilty.
Yeah, he was on all the counts. They did say that, he's kind of mentally a nut job, but not too big of a nut job to not be considered sane enough to sit
Yeah.
trial. So, yeah,
Be locked away for a very long time.
I don't know what that story when that happened. When was that? 3 years ago
Yeah, probably.
ish. I think it was around 3 years
It's
ago.
when The Dark Knight came out, Dark Knight Rising.
Yeah. The one story I remember most about that was when they started interviewing people who were in the theater.
Uh-huh.
And there was a guy in there. Remember him, E? He was wearing a Broncos hat. And he was there with his like
I don't
1-year-old
know if I remember this.
baby and his girlfriend. And as soon as this guy started blasting, he like dropped his baby on the ground and leapt over the railing and took off.
Oh, shit.
And left his wife with the baby.
Oh, man.
Nice.
And totally something E would have done. Like if you were in there, you would have like jumped on your family and like, I'm taking one for the team.
Yeah.
And this guy was like hightailing out of it, but then he's doing like he's on the interview circuit, like, oh yeah, it was terrible. I was scared for my life. And
Well, he was
very,
scared
very
about his life. He's
tragic,
right.
and,
Yeah, we got separated. I got
yeah.
separated from my wife and child.
totally. And it was like he was literally up the stairs and leapt down. I think he was trying to like play it up like, oh, I really sprained my ankle badly when I landed. And then it was like, wait a minute, you left your baby on the floor, dude.
Damn it.
And your wife, I think his girl took a bullet or something, and she was
Oh.
protecting
No.
the kid. And he like booked out and was like, I can't find him. And he's outside in the parking lot. I think he ran to the car.
Safe and sound.
Did the
Yeah.
girl die? The wife? or
No,
girlfriend?
she didn't. And she was standing by him. But it was like, and people, you know how the news cycle is. At first, they were like trying to just make him out to be a hero. Like, oh, you survived this. This is great news. But then within a couple days, it was like, hey, wait a minute. That dude's still on the interview circuit. You realize he like ditched his family to take off out of there. I'm probably fucking up part of that story, but every time I think about it, that's what I think of is that guy. Broncos hat.
When I think Broncos hat, I think Kitterman, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
God. That's
Joe
son of a
Miller?
bitch. Yeah, Joe Miller. Hey, super summer savings have arrived at Zott Ford and Holly. Right now, you can lease the all-new 2015 Ford F-150 Super Cab XLT 4x4 for just $272 a month, and that's for 24 months. This is not a starter base model either. This is a beast of a truck. It stickers over $44,000 and can be yours for just $272 per month right now. Get to Zott Ford and get one ASAP. You deserve it. Telling you, still love my F-150, or should I say Gabs?
I wanted to get one. I couldn't afford one.
Well, if
I was
you were
looking
if
for-
you were looking right now, you could go get one for $272 a month.
Yeah.
Only at Zott
It's
Ford.
true.
Yeah.
Get there now, Mike.
It is a badass truck. I do love that truck.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know, Jay, you're going to be happy about this. Caitlyn Jenner, your favorite subject.
I mean, Bruce.
Bruce, right. Yeah, Mr. Bruce Jenner.
Did you see that
Dressed
Siri?
up in drag last night. Did
you
I see what?
That was Siri. If you ask Siri, Siri will not. It only refers to as Caitlyn now. Like if you ask who is Bruce Jenner, it will
No.
say, "Do you mean Caitlyn Jenner?" Or
I'll have to try this. See if
Better
you're
be
right.
hope so. I mean, I saw it on Facebook.
He saw it. He saw it. So what does he ask?
Who is Bruce Jenner?
What is Bruce Jenner's real name? I think is what I saw, and then it said
Can't we
Caitlyn
just-
responded Caitlyn. Well, just ask who is Bruce Jenner then, and
All
see if
right.
it says Caitlyn Jenner.
Let's see.
I know.
Why don't you ask who won the 19 whatever 70 whatever?
Oh, that's a good thing. The 1976.
decathlon.
Hold on. Who is Bruce Jenner?
All right, here's what I got.
Caitlyn Jenner, born 1949. Known before. Okay. Who won the 76
Yeah, who won the 1976? Who won the gold medal in the 1976
decathlon?
decathlon?
Who
The Olympic gold medal.
Who won the gold medal in the 1976 Olympic decathlon?
Let me check on that.
You
Here's
do.
what I found on the web for who won the gold
They
medal
won't-
in the 1976 Olympic decathlon.
It says Bruce Jenner.
It says on here, if you ask how tall is Bruce Jenner, the answer will say Caitlyn Jenner is 6'2".
How tall is Bruce Jenner?
Let me think. Caitlyn Jenner is 6 feet 2 inches tall.
No, I asked about Bruce Jenner. I don't know who this Caitlyn is.
Looking. Okay, I found this on the web for Nate. I asked about Bruce Jenner. I don't know who this Caitlyn is.
God, voice recognition has come a long way, hasn't it, Mike?
Yeah, not really. It still sucks anyway. Yeah, well, he or she, whatever, Caitlyn was given the Arthur Ashe Courage Award last night on the ESPYs, which weirdly was on ABC. Strange how that works, that the ESPY Awards named for ESPN would be on ABC.
When they never
Sister
have
stations.
When they never have
Yeah.
And like everything else on TV, it's planned around, promoting another series and all this shit.
Yeah.
Everything's just all tied together. Nothing's ever really an award or reward. It's all tied to something that makes money down the line.
Yeah. Well, reports are coming out now that representatives of Caitlyn Jenner reportedly negotiated her ESPY award in exchange for PR plugs in her upcoming TV series and actually threatened to pull out of the 2020 interview she did with Diane Sawyer. Jenner's team approached ESPN with the idea.
Which, by the way, if that's true, makes it even more ridiculous that she got the plug and was sitting up front, or maybe not up front, but with
families there. It's absurd. Jenner's team approached ESPN with the idea that she win the Arthur Ashe Courage Award just as details were being finalized for the 2020 interview. ABC and ESPN, both owned by Disney, obviously. It was a brilliant move because the executives at ESPN loved the idea and immediately began making sure it got done. The talks did hit a stumbling block, and Jenner's agents were reportedly prepared to pull out of the interview with Sawyer. It was ironed out, and ABC owns one of the biggest stories of the year.
What a charade, man.
Isn't that a joke?
I mean, why doesn't everybody just realize what's going on with this shit and reject it?
Yeah.
So we can't help, right? We can't help but look at the car wreck.
Well, that, and you risk being called out as a monster for not just jumping fully on board with whatever the machine is pushing at you today, right? You're either you're a monster if you don't play along. And so people
You're
are
not progressive and inclusive.
Yes. Where people used to be able to just voice their opinion on something and go, yeah, I don't get it, man. I mean, teach their own, I suppose, but fuck, that seems weird as shit to me. Good luck saying something like that now. If you ask those same people that are in the room, oh, brilliant. If you ask them behind the scenes, like, what do you really make of this? They'd go, fuck, dude. It's fucking weird. I don't know, man.
It's Halloween and shit.
Yeah, what's going on? He's still got his dick there? I mean, if you asked him honestly off the record, it wouldn't be as big of a landslide as it makes it appear.
Well, how could you not be sitting there and clap? As if they're going to show all the big guys. They're not going to clap. Who's going to be the one that's not clapping?
And they know when a camera's on them.
Right.
You can see that big giant camera turn in your direction. The build up to Jenner accepting the award will be featured in the upcoming reality show I Am Kate, generating a great deal of publicity for ESPN and the awards. So yeah, for all the people, this right there is why people go, oh, this is a publicity stunt.
It's all a big tie-in. It's like Bedrock and the Jetsons.
Yeah.
Same
shaking
thing.
each other's hands. And anyway, the girl that was killed in that car accident.
Yeah, whatever happened to that? Crazy.
That Bruce killed. Right. Just what, 6 months ago? Not even, right?
Yeah. Was that? Yeah, it was probably about 6 months ago. One of the girls, Jessica Steindorf, she was one of the drivers involved in that crash that killed Kim Howe on the Malibu road there on Highway 1. She questioned how the award could be given to an individual who took the life of another person. She was also at the ESPY Awards with a friend. She said Jenner still refuses to even accept responsibility for causing the accident. I find it difficult to understand how the culture we live in can honor a person who was responsible for taking a life and injuring several others with both an award and a reality show. For an individual who is such a positive role model in many aspects of her life, Caitlyn has failed to do the right thing and take responsibility for her actions. I would hope that someone who seems to greatly value the importance of human existence would be more sensitive to the fact that she ended another person's life. Sadly, we're living in a tabloid society. People did take to Twitter and kind of bitch about this. There's been a lot of backlash about this award.
That was pretty well put by her, though.
Yeah,
just this irony of this. Gosh, what a huge watershed moment this is for civilization.
Yeah,
that I'm up here, open and willing to do this. And yet 6 months ago, she just killed somebody.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
Like,
accident
course.
or not, by the way, you're still a part of it. It's still a result of her car,
Mhm.
Yeah.
whether it was an accident or not.
And that's just like swept
Could
under.
you imagine yourself, like, even if you're driving, the person in front of you just slams on the brake, there's nothing you can do about it. It would still seem like it would weigh on a human. That
I guess you got to go on with your reality show. I don't know.
well, I mean,
Yeah.
obviously.
Full
Well,
steam ahead, man.
well, it's funny. Caitlyn gets up on stage last night and can't wait to scream from the rooftops how I'm big enough to take this. I can handle the jokes and the laughter and the blah blah blah. But there are poor young trannies that can't, and they're killing themselves. And we don't need more trannies dropping dead of suicide because of the jokes. And it's like it gives this impression like you're really worried about every soul out in the world,
Right.
where
Yeah,
pointing back,
moved
it's
on
like
pretty quick from that issue,
right.
the dead driver issue.
Right. The director of this hit film and later TV series Friday Night Lights. You guys familiar
That
with
was a great TV show, by the way. I know a lot
yeah.
of people. I don't know what some people thought about it. We don't have to talk about it now.
Why can't I remember his name? I think he voice the who voices the 30 for 30s?
I don't know who does the 30 for 30s.
Friday Night Lights.
Always,
Who did that? Why can't I think of his name?
I thought they were always different. The 30 for 30s.
Not on the cast. It'll be like
Oh.
because you guys will know the name. Who created Friday Night Lights? Type that in. Eric something? Peter Berg. Peter Berg. That's his name. Well, he took to Twitter last night and actually he took to Instagram. There he is. You recognize him?
Oh, yeah.
He's either the voice of HBO, some HBO series, or 30 for 30. He's one of those. You'd totally recognize him.
Yeah.
He took to Instagram and reposted a meme that stated a veteran showing this veteran who lost his legs in war and saying that he was more deserving of the Arthur Ashe Courage Award than Jenner, who is transgender. So he writes, one man traded 2 legs for the freedom of the other to trade 2 balls for 2 boobs.
Nice.
Guess which man made the cover of Vanity Fair, was praised for his courage by President Obama, and is to be honored with the Arthur Ashe Courage Award by ESPN. The man in the photo is Gregory Gadsden, a former West Point football player who served for 20 years before losing both his legs in 2007 when a roadside bomb went off while he was in Baghdad. Soon after, he gave a motivational speech to the Giants, which led to a 10-game winning streak and eventual Super Bowl victory over the Patriots. It should be noted that the Courage Award has been awarded to veterans in the past. Pat and Kevin Tillman won it in 2003. Both men turned down lucrative pro contracts to enlist in the wake of September 11th, those attacks. There's now an ESPY award named in his honor, the Pat Tillman Award for Service. Steindorf is suing Jenner in the aftermath of that crash, claiming she suffered. But I don't know how much she's suing for. She's the one that lists the defendants as Bruce Jenner and
AKA.
Caitlyn.
I was just going to say,
Jenner.
who's going to trial?
Jenner was also named in a wrongful death suit brought forward by the stepchildren of the woman that was killed, Kim Howe.
Yeah, and their suggestion that's a complete money grab because they
Dude.
didn't even really know her.
It is a huge money grab.
Otherwise, the lady doesn't have any next of kin, though.
Yeah.
She's just got like no family, just these 2 stepchildren.
The lawsuit claims Jenner was careless and negligent when she rear-ended the car of Kim Howe, who went on to slam into another car, leading to her death. The children at the time had virtually zero relationship with this woman.
Well, nonetheless.
They're also claiming, well,
I know.
for me, it's like, whatever. There's no other people around in the life, so whatever. If they want to claim the estate or something. But when
Somebody
you get
take money from him.
Right.
Somebody.
That's what I'm
or
for.
claim her estate. I mean, she's living in Malibu. She's got to be worth something, right? So they're also claiming loss of love,
And affection.
support, comfort, society, financial support, and more.
Society. We've lost society.
Society.
Boilerplate bullshit.
Howe had no other living relatives. After her tragic death, police revealed they had trouble finding Howe's next of kin. They couldn't even find them.
And then these 2 crawl out and sue for loss of affection. They're just so close.
Jenner, of course, claims there was nothing I could do. I hit the brakes. No time to react. But my heartfelt and deepest sympathies. Of
course.
Go out to the family and loved ones and all that shit. It's devastating tragedy and all that shit.
Now it's about me. I changed to a woman, goddammit.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that.
Let's move on.
Was that
Can't mourn forever. I'm a woman now.
had she come out as a woman?
I think
it was
sure. I think it was public that he was doing this.
Dude, I said this to you, Mike, last night too, which is such ridiculous. But I don't know how long this has been going on, for about 2 years or whatnot. But like in the tabloids for a few years now, they've showed images of like Bruce at a gay bar, or Bruce starting the transformation, and his camp just kept saying, "No, this is ridiculous. This is this is not true. How dare you say this? It's irresponsible to suggest this in people and shit." And it was true. It was all true.
Yeah, but they want to control the message. They want to release it when they release it, and have it, boom, right there on the ESPYs.
But
sensationalism.
That's how you get
best.
the money grab.
Sure,
is by having control of that. And I guess in some way I kind of understand why. Fuck the tabloids, like these people that crawl around Hollywood just staking out people's houses, hiding in trees.
You mean you get why they wouldn't feel the need to answer to them in any way?
Totally.
Yeah, for the last decade, he's had to put up with these jackasses.
Not his own fault.
Exactly.
Being part of that freaking fan.
Totally.
You can't be. The biggest thing to me, and all celebrities, I get it. It must suck after a while for sure, no question. But when the Kardashians get mad about we need some privacy, you cannot make it to fame solely based on having a reality show and a sex tape, and then claim, "Oh, I deserve some privacy."
Yeah,
it's a symbiotic relationship.
Yeah, and they dominate the papers every day. There's a dumb story about Bruce
they'd be
the
nothing
Kardashians.
without him.
Well, if he hadn't been making that sex change, they were starting to go downhill, man. The Kardashian brand was starting to kind of taper off, I think.
Yeah.
This certainly was very prime for when it happened.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think that he necessarily could foresee that completely, but
he'd have to know that was coming, though, which is why you've got a reality series in your back pocket ready to launch when you do all this. I mean, it's the machine kicking into
Kim
play.
And them can all be in it again. They can all be FaceTime again on a new show.
God, you time the chopping of your panoose to correspond with a new show. That's just crazy.
We still haven't heard if he's actually chopped the noose.
Right. He's just tucking.
Yeah.
The other, I said the other thing too.
They did show, by the way, the dress. They were highlighting it today. So if you wanted to look as beautiful as Caitlyn did last night, I think it was a Versace dress that you can get.
Which was the other bullshit of that speech, dude. The other bullshit thing of that speech is the first 2 minutes she spends going like, now I know what you girls go through, and oh my goodness, and the red carpet. Which, like, dude, it's like this whole thing. We keep saying like these PC things are going to collide at some point, because where I thought
they are colliding.
Because I thought we kept going on about how there is no girl and boy. You go to Toys R Us and it should all be one color, and Amazon shouldn't sell boy and girl clothes. Well, how come she's up there? He is not even a girl yet. He's been a transgender for what? Officially for a few months, maybe. And he's up there babbling on about how now I know what it's like. Now I know
to deal with the fashion police,
right?
Huh, ladies?
Huh, ladies? Mike heard me responding to that last night when I was watching it.
Yeah, it was insulting.
Because isn't that sexist? I thought girls don't necessarily wear dresses. Girls could wear anything. They could wear
just
jeans.
Ask Abby Wambach.
Yeah, which is hilarious. Who introduced?
Yeah, it was all very confusing.
What was he?
It was very confusing because it looked like a man and a man dressed in a dress. But
who is that?
I don't know. One of the best female soccer players ever
was
walk on the earth.
I didn't recognize her. So
was
Abby Wambach. She doesn't even start anymore, does she?
Well, no, but she's.
That's
if you look at her career, she was one of the best.
Yeah.
Did I say is? Was?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, is. But so was Bruce Jenner.
Yeah, true.
At one point.
So, and the other thing is, I don't understand. So now, if he isn't this new, he's always said, "I feel like I'm a woman." There's always been this. So didn't he just, as a man, he should have been whooping? He should have been in the female competition.
The one thing I heard him say that had me laughing was, there's other things to break down, other walls to break down, and something about letting people of transgender people participate in the sports that they feel they should be in, that they can fully be. And it's like, oh, this is gonna be rich.
Yeah,
Are you kidding me?
to have fucking dudes out there just whooping ass going, I'm a lady.
Well, we
Dude,
talked about that. He would do it,
I'd go
right?
back, if I could go back to high school right now,
He'd do it in a second.
I would just tell people, yeah, identify as a woman, and then run women's and cross country and women's track and just
dominate.
kick ass, dude.
You'd beat Mandy.
You would
blow past Mandy?
Blow past Mandy. If
I don't believe that. You'd run by. Oh, I can't do it. I need to let Mandy win.
That may be true, but in the other meets, I would blow by people, and it wasn't because I was that fast. It was because that's just how the times are different. So
Yeah.
between guys and girls.
Speaking of ladies, and this is a real lady, Krista Jelski, Remax
For
Suburban.
now, you never know.
You never
I mean, you
know.
just never know.
Sex
She could
is
decide
fluid.
at
Sex
some
is fluid. You can change it at any point.
From what I understand, Krista Jelski at this moment is a lady.
Yeah, today.
Are you thinking of buying or selling a home but aren't sure where to begin? Krista Jelski, who is a lady of Remax Suburban, is more than happy to help. Set up an appointment with Krista, and she will simplify the process even enough for a Big E fuckface to understand. Check out Krista's website at KristaSellsHouses.com.
Does that say that in the copy?
Yeah, Big E fuckface. Or
she wrote that.
Fuckface. I guess it might say
That's a
fuckface.
little more respectable.
Krista's website at KristaSellsHouses.com, or call her anytime, virtually anytime, day, night, weekend.
Get loaded, call her up at a
Call her at like 4 a.m. Saturday morning.
I'm really looking for a house.
Just kidding, click.
I wonder if you could, if it's like one of those like
Yeah.
I threw a ridiculous bash at my parents' house. I threw a massive Jelski, way more kids showed up, and then you just call her at like 4 a.m. and be like, I'm really thinking about selling my house. Can you get over here and do a quick cleaning job on it? I heard about it on the Detroit Cast. I need this thing spick and span by Monday.
So if you want to make that call, you can call her anytime at 586-918-0900.
Speaking of ladies.
Ladies?
Yes. Look at that proof.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of little ladies with big
It
heads.
looks like
Yeah.
Pinky or Pink, like that Pinky from Pinky and the Brain, or the Brain, I guess.
Yeah, it does.
That's what it looks like to me.
See, Jay and I go to the Great Gazoo.
and he goes to Pinky and the Brain. Generational.
A toddler in China.
I don't feel
Oh,
like
wait.
Chinese tonight anyway.
Don't have to.
Quick on the draw, my man. Getting good at that.
Well, when he knew this was coming.
Well, this little angel has made medical history after becoming the first person in the world to have her entire skull reconstructed by 3D printers.
Holy hell.
Wow.
Look at that head. Why would they blur her eyes out?
I know, dude.
Is that the dumbest thing you've ever seen?
Oh, yeah. I couldn't describe.
Seriously.
I couldn't figure out who that person was. If it weren't for those blurred eyes.
So
That skull's like, it looks like Stewie from Family Guy.
yeah.
It's like I thought she might be the other chick with the 4 times too big head, but you know, they blurred her eyes, so I'm not sure.
Yeah. Who could know? She's known, and this seems nice of the people of China. She's known as Big Head Baby.
Oh,
How endearing.
do you think it's cuter in Chinese, but when it translates, it's just big head baby?
Maybe
Yeah.
that could very well be, and I think
How could it
that's
be
where I
cuter?
ran into problems.
Maybe
with,
it's like heed trousers now.
heat pants now.
Yeah. Go cry yourself to sleep on your big pillow.
What was the other one? Looks like an orange on top of a toothpick.
Sputnik.
Known as Big Head Baby. The baby's name is actually Han. Han.
I'm sorry, I don't speak Japanese.
Han is 3, had a rare condition which made her head grow to 4 times the normal size. This put her at risk of going blind and even having maggots infest in her brain.
What? Why would that be?
I don't. Can
What if
maggots
you like?
just
No,
birth?
no, they can't.
So why would something going on inside her head have anything to do with maggots?
There'd have to be a hole.
Yesterday, she underwent 17 hours of surgery. She's now expected to make a full recovery. She was born with hydrocephalus.
What?
Exactly. Where a buildup of fluid occurs on the brain. Her condition was so advanced that the fluid filled 85% of her brain, making her skull so much bigger than it should have been.
Oh, terribly sorry. Back to sleep, little girl.
Han had developed medical problems such as a thinning skull and poor blood supply. And and because her head weighed more than half of her body weight,
She couldn't stand up.
she couldn't lift it off the pillow.
Yes, that's it. Oh, I could go for one of those right now.
So she just lay in bed
Oh,
all the time, like she was just a weeble.
She was a real lazy baby, huh?
top heavy.
Yeah, very top heavy. You just stand it up, and she just
I can't stand up. My head's too big.
Head's too big.
Picture her stand her up and just.
Bonk. I mean, it's
Timber.
over half her body weight. Of course it is.
How old is she again? Remind me.
3.
Oh, damn it.
How much does a 3-year-old weigh? How tall is a 3-year-old? Like
Yay big? About yay big.
about yay big?
Yeah.
Oh
Yay big.
my god!
And how much does that weigh?
What we talk about? The average 1-year-old was like 17.8 pounds or something.
God,
Remember what?
So are you talking about 30 pounds?
Remember when we were
possibly?
talking about shooting a free throw with a baby?
Off the bridge.
A 1-year-old.
Of
Yeah.
course, who could
So
forget?
that's when either Mickey or Kadog
20
looked it up.
pounds.
Just under 20 pounds.
Yeah.
they're saying. So a 3-year-old.
31 pounds
Wow,
and
dude.
For a
God.
37 inches. That's for female babies.
And that's for a Chinese female baby? Does it matter?
That's a world average, Mike.
Okay, world average, 30 pounds, which means, what did I say? Over half her body weight, 15 pounds in the head.
He trousers now.
So the family was warned her skull could explode at any moment.
Jesus.
Imagine getting that news
God, what?
at any moment. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh my god!
Come here, dear. Come here. Oh,
wow.
no. They really meant any moment. Wow.
Well, what are you gonna do?
Oh, that's messy. Hand, get over here. Oh,
Oh, shit.
God damn it.
Well, try again next time.
Hand, you get your asshole over here right this a minute.
Yes, he's in the intensive care ward at Our Lady of the
Well,
Worthless Miracle.
That could be true.
Fucking A.
That
What
could
happened?
be true.
That was absolutely
Hello.
true.
Well, not that.
Oh, wait.
I hate this thing.
I know. You've told everyone. So they were in fear that that was going to happen to old Han. So they were unable to afford any treatment. Doctors originally calculated it would cost about $64,000 to $80,000. Eventually, strangers generated most of the money and donated it. 3 surgeons used 3D printing technology to create a titanium alloy skull.
And look at the size of her new head.
Yeah. And
Look at her.
they successfully set it to Han's head during this 17-hour operation. Medics had used CT scans and 3D data to create 3 titanium mesh skull implants, which combined would replace the entire top portion of this kid's head.
Jesus.
Yeah. During the operation, the scalp and skull were removed. Her brain was then repositioned, and a huge volume of excess fluid was drained. The operation was a success. Han immediately opened her eyes and started breathing unabated. Yeah, look at that, proofs. As she continues to grow, the titanium implants will become surrounded by her own bone, strengthening the top of her skull.
Wow.
Yeah. I think what they had to do, I think there's the titanium plate helmet.
Yeah.
You can see there.
Yeah.
I think the titanium plate isn't going to grow as you do.
Oh, no.
So you run the risk of having a wee head if they give it to you as a 3-year-old. So I think they had to create one that was going to be like full grown scale.
Well, is that why it has?
So it's like a Kelso.
Yes. So she's going to grow into her head as she grows.
Well, no, but isn't this what this is?
Has a little bit of give to it.
That's
Is that what you're suggesting?
Well, they're saying her skull will grow around that.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, wow. That doesn't make some. Never mind.
Yeah.
Wow. That's rough. Well, I mean, better than the opportunity. The other situation.
Yeah,
I
the
guess.
alternative of just exploding
Right.
anytime.
Just.
Life force.
there you go.
Gone. Should we take a quick break? I think we need to
we're already-
collect ourselves.
Already 49 minutes in.
I know. Can you believe
I
it?
don't know why I had that.
Where did the time go?
Time flies when you're having fun. That's what I've heard.
Whoa, he's having fun today. Stark difference from yesterday.
We'll tell you about what happened in Mexico,
Meng.
and what's going on with TLC as well. We'll do that and much more next.
The Detroit Cast continues after this short break.
Hey there, it's Steve Gabarra, the general manager at Zott Ford and Holly.
Summer's in full swing, and so are the incredible deals at Zott Ford. Right now, you can lease the amazingly fuel-efficient 2015 Ford Focus at only $148 a month for 24 short months. Or if you're looking for something a little larger and with a touch more luxury, come lease the 2016 Ford Fusion for just $158 for only 24 months. Friends, if you've been shopping around, you already know these are incredible deals. And much like our Michigan summers, they won't last for long. So hurry into Zott Ford at I-75 and exit 98 to take advantage of a Focus for just $148 or a Fusion for $158 right now. And if you mention the Proof sent you, we'll throw in an autographed TDC shirt and hat. Check out our zany deals and our massive inventory at ZottFord.com. Hey there, it's Steve Gabarra, the general manager at Zott Ford in Holly. Summer
The Detroit Cast continues now, bitches. Here's Mike and Jay.
Might be the quickest break we've ever taken.
Perhaps.
It's a new Detroit Cast. Welcome back to a Friday. Getting ready for the weekend with Mike and Jay. And I have a... God, I love this son of a bitch, this cop. My favorite new cops.
Motorcycle cop, this one.
Yeah. Good dude. He handcuffed a 13-year-old boy.
Okay.
And he handcuffed him to his motorcycle and then forced him to run alongside the vehicle to the nearest station.
The vehicle?
Yeah. Got a little video of it, too. This wasn't local. This was in the Netherlands.
I was going to say, man.
is gewoon vastgeboeid aan die motor. En hij moet gewoon mee rennen. Nee, man.
Bystander filmers. Got a kick out of that.
He was arrested and shackled to the vehicle after giving a false identity to the officer.
Wow.
Very preventable.
Well, this is fine.
He's walking, man. He was slow enough where it was a fast walk at one point.
Well, he's getting his cardio in for today. This is good news. He's getting a nice workout. Then
well, how is he supposed to detain the young man? Throw him on the back?
Yeah, there's nothing you can do.
Hold on to my hips. I'll take you in.
Yeah. No, thank you. So
that
yeah,
seemed reasonable to me.
I agree. I like the way this guy performs out there. You know,
like the way that guy polices.
Absolutely. And should teach you to give a false identity to a cop. I mean, simple. Police are now investigating the incident, of course. A spokesman said the officer has been spoken to about his behavior. I love when they do stuff like that. It's the way it should be handled. He's been spoken to.
I'm sure the captain's just like, dude, whatever.
Dude.
Keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah, do your thing, man. Just try to avoid videos. And then I got to answer for it. The officer has been temporarily moved to a desk job. The amount of times Officer Walters has been put on a desk. Oof. It's no big deal.
I'm shocked to ever be on this beat, actually.
Yeah, you get through
a lot of desk work.
Dude, you know how many people I've taken out? How many bad guys? My kill sheet is remarkable.
Good guys have you taken out?
Whatever. But, I mean, yeah, you're going to break a few eggs here and there, but, you know, no one performs like Officer Walters. The officer has been temporarily moved to the desk. As I said, the boy was arrested because he gave false identity twice. So he had 2 warnings. But this is not how we treat detainees. Onlookers, they say, were shocked.
Were you shocked?
They were entertained more than shocked.
Yes, I felt the same way. They were hilarious. They thought it was funny.
Hey, we got to mention Amazon. The Amazon link. It's on our website, DetroitCast.com. Check it out. You'll see a big box, Amazon. Click that. That'll take you to the Amazon shopping center there, and you just shop as you typically do, and the show gets a little bit of a kickback. It's a great way to donate to us. Helps us out a lot. We see people using it, so please continue to do so.
I was thinking before we get much further, should we try calling this
the Shark Lady
back again? Should we do it from my phone so it doesn't pull up as 844 Fook Fosse or whatever?
Yeah.
All right. Let's see if I can get this thing off my phone. I hate this.
Yeah. What?
It protects my phone.
Constantly trying to remove that.
What do you call that? A condom. It's like a condom for my phone. All right, let's see. Which one did you have success with, Mickey? The top one?
Yes, sir. Top one.
Ooh, yes, sir.
And what was her name? Elise? Why am I asking you?
The paper's right in front of you,
there,
Mike.
Dude.
Elise.
All right.
A little late for a call, maybe. But
it's all right.
It's all right.
10:40.
That limit usually the families usually.
It's not too late for us. We've got still time.
Yeah.
You know? It's good.
Yeah, we still got an hour to go here.
Yeah. Elise.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Oh,
what happened?
I'll
call back.
I think that was a pickup in some capacity
because the call ended.
Because we already heard that there's a voicemail.
Yeah, she did something there.
You think?
You got her going again?
Of course.
call ended by her.
I didn't hear him pick up. I think it's a landline.
How are you? Good morning.
I'm sorry we can't take your phone call right now, but if you'd like to leave us a message, we'll get back to
Should leave a message.
No, that's okay. If anyone reminds us, hang on to that, Mickey. Maybe we'll call them back. God damn it.
We need to get to the bottom of that.
Yeah.
I've heard people like it when you just repeatedly call them several times in a row.
Yeah, I've heard that too.
They actually embrace it.
We'll see. We'll see. We've got a female duo, and one of the women has been arrested.
Thank God, Mike.
And another is on the run after allegedly, so the story goes, raping a string of male rickshaw drivers in India.
Which is impossible.
Well, it's
Yeah.
not. If we had images of
That's
the
true.
females, we might be able to comment more on the appropriateness of
That's
these charges.
That is true. One victim, Umesh Prasad, claimed he was attacked by the woman after being lured back to a house in New Delhi. They allegedly offered him wine while demanding sexual favors.
Is this where these rapes occurred before? Wasn't there it was a taxi driver, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it wasn't in India. Was it?
Wasn't that a BMW, like a black BMW?
Man, why am I coming up
Are
short
you
on the
talking about
story?
the guy that said that they stole his semen?
Yes.
and stuff
Yeah.
In the back of the van? I don't know
Where
that
was that?
Yeah, they
It wasn't
grabbed
in
him off the
Africa?
street. They grabbed him off the street. It was some African nation.
It was out of
because
country, yeah.
It was some voodoo witch doctory type thing.
Yeah, because they were using
speculated.
the semen
Yeah.
for the witch. You're right.
Yeah, dude.
Hey, whatever
Yeah, they
need,
continually whacked him off into a bag, right?
That's where they gave him the magic potion that
Yes,
got him
the-
rock hard
the
again.
elixir.
The one that
Yeah.
Mike wanted because he can't get hurt.
Exactly.
No, the one
now I'm remembering.
That is such a bullshit spin
Well,
on that
why would you
story.
want it? I wouldn't want it.
I don't need it.
I'd have no use for
I
it.
just look at naked ladies or have one in front of me and it gets hard pretty fast.
Yeah, and then you finish, and then wow, if you had some magic potion that you could just sprinkle over it, and boom,
Yeah,
you're
it's
ready
called,
to go
it's
again.
called waiting 2.3 minutes.
Right. 2-3 minutes.
You
maybe.
reload in 2 or 3 minutes,
Sure.
give or take. Well, I reload in 20 seconds with my magic
Your magical
elixir.
elixir.
Yeah. I didn't think there was anything wrong with that, especially when you get it 4 or 5 times a day. Sometimes you run a little on fluids and
I
hard-ons.
love the concept that 4 or 5, or just to assume that every day you're just when are you even fitting these 4 or 5 sexual sessions in the day?
Well, what time is it?
I mean, we get here.
As soon as
I
I
get here
get
by
you
8 o'clock.
knuckleheads out of here.
I get here by 8 o'clock.
I've already had it 2 or 3 times by then.
Today.
Yeah,
really today.
And then 2 or 3 times after you guys get out
When
of
did
here.
you have them today? What time was that?
None of your business. I don't brag. I don't need to brag about it. But when you're getting it 4 or 5 times a day, sometimes you run a little on fluids and hard-ons.
I'm gonna come over one
That's all I'm
day
saying. That's all I'm saying.
way early for the show. See when these
Oh,
set
you-
times occur.
You're a creep. So they allegedly offered him wine, and then they demanded sexual favors from a guy. He refused. They tore off his clothes and started to kiss him. They tried to force him to have sex while filming it. Mr. Prasad eventually managed to escape by jumping out of a first-floor balcony, and he broke his ankle.
Can you imagine what these chicks must look like? Honest to
They've
God.
got to be beastly.
He's jumping out of a balcony, breaking his ankle. I mean,
Well, at that point, you must be thinking like you're going to be murdered at the end of this, or something.
why would you assume that? Because it's just so weird. And
Because it's so out of
Yeah.
left field. Yeah. Police found 4 driver's licenses of other taxi drivers at the home, which they believe were victims of similar attacks. Of course, those guys had no problem with it.
yeah,
right.
they're keeping trophies.
So the woman is 32 years old. Her name's Renu Lalwani.
A little younger than E, but pretty close.
She's
She's the one that's been arrested. I wonder if they
We tried. Me and Mick both tried to look.
tried
for
to find her.
Yeah.
No luck. Her accomplice got away. She's gone on the run. He claimed that she and the guy said that these 2 girls hired his rickshaw in the afternoon yesterday and asked to be taken to this house like 5 miles away. When they arrived, they allegedly told him, "Oh yeah, we need you to come inside so we can pay
Dude, by
for
the way,
this."
this is the ideal. I've been waiting for this scenario to happen every day. I've been working
This
at
is his
Zod
penthouse forum.
Right. Like,
Dude,
I'm just
it
waiting
is.
in fact, actually, this is really random, but this son of a bitch, that we have a porter who had this happen. He had to go drop a car off or something. And he was doing something, and this 19-year-old chick apparently walks out and goes, "Hey, would you like to come in for some water?" Doesn't go in. Doesn't go in.
And came in like a hoodie, apparently. I heard about this
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
Apparently like came to the door in just a hoodie and was just like,
Parents out of the house.
I just woke up. Do you want to come in for some water or something?
Doesn't go in.
He's like, nope, gotta go back to Zot Ford.
Dude, this is every pizza delivery guy's dream.
It's every reason.
Every pool boy.
Totally.
He told me, he goes, well, I have a girlfriend. I said, dude, I don't give a you're like fucking 18, 17 years old. You can get another girlfriend. His
girlfriend's not fucking him either. That's the thing about this specific kid. So
Really?
he's missing out. And
wait, at 18, she won't put out?
I know, right?
Why?
I don't know. I'm trying to convince, I was trying to convince him to break up with her. He's crazy.
Oof.
And then he has this. Is there any chance at that age you would have ever said no to?
No. Well, it depends if she was even remotely attractive.
Right, that's the point. And from what I've led to believe, she was not ugly.
God, why would he
I have
tell
heard the
people
same
this?
thing.
You know,
You'd
think he would have drove away and gone, "Oh boy."
Yeah, as far as they know, I nailed her. Yeah,
I was so pissed when he told me that I had to walk away and to control myself. And I've not told one guy since then. Every guy, when I talk to Ty about it, when I talk to Chuck, and the conversation, I've not had one guy on his side on this. This idea that it was okay to say
he had to walk away. He was so exasperated.
It was everything I've ever done.
Yeah, that is infuriating. If it's going to be offered up like that, you take advantage.
Parents out of the house. She comes out in like a hoodie, like a little 19-year-old girl.
Maybe this was during the Chris Hansen To Catch a Predator days, and he was kind of.
This was a week ago or something.
This is weird.
This just happened.
This is like a week ago.
Can we talk to him?
We call him.
Mickey actually has his number. This is a good day.
I'm gonna see if I do. I don't know.
Okay.
Speaking of Zot Ford, listen, Zot Ford and Holly, the official auto dealership of the Detroit Cast, is also Metro Detroit's leading lease pull-ahead authority. They specialize in getting people out of their current leases up to 12 months early. They will bang you if they come over to your house. It doesn't matter what brand your lease is or how many miles you have on it. Zot Ford can assist you in getting out of your lease early and into a shiny new Ford. Their porters will also bang you or not bang you.
Well, apparently some of them won't.
Now is the time. Go to Zot Ford at I-75 and exit 98 and let them get you out of your overpriced, over-mileage lease and into the new Ford of your dreams. Again, this is their specialty, and no one can beat Zot Ford at the terminating of your current lease up to 12 months early. It's also their goal to match or lower your current payment. So check out their sweet deals and massive inventory at zotford.com.
Yeah, I think you have a responsibility as a male,
dude,
to at least
investigate this.
Just go in and get the water and see what happens after that point.
And go from there.
Right.
This is some really great iced tea.
Exactly.
Say something like
Damone.
that.
You Damone it.
The more I'm talking about it, the more it makes me mad. I was so livid with this kid. He's a really cool dude.
So what do you think? Do you think that would have happened had you just had that run? Do you know what I mean? Like it was just assigned to him?
Dude, it was...
I don't think it would have.
You never know.
I think this guy, I'm just guessing, he's like
maybe
way more of a player than you.
Maybe so. That's
just
not
first glance would probably indicate that.
It could be, but you know what?
He's not a bad looking guy.
Okay, so it's off the table. It doesn't exist as far as you're concerned. As far as he is.
Okay, well,
so you're gonna live vicariously through everybody now, even your coworkers.
Yes.
Yeah, I think you have an obligation as a man to at least own that story and be able to share with the world that story, because it's a rare thing. It's like finding a rare jewel
30
and
years
leaving
from
it
now.
there because, it was placed there in the earth and I didn't want to disturb it. No, you have an obligation.
Right.
30 years from now, he'd be like, yeah, I used to work at this dealership, man. I deliver in this car. You wouldn't believe it. I pulled up this chick.
Yeah.
Hell yes, you would. I would be willing. He said two things. One, I got a girlfriend, which I didn't even realize wasn't putting out. And two, like, some other person maybe referenced the idea of getting fired, dude. I'll get fired at a minimum wage summer job for that story. That's worth the story.
I agree. I agree. I don't think any management in their right mind would let him go for that. I mean, if he took the rest of the afternoon off, I think it's warranted, right?
Right. Well,
no boss would frown on that behavior.
That's the funny thing of the story. So at first he wasn't sure how long he was going to be there, and then it turned out because of the weird situation that he ended up at this.
He couldn't drive a stick. That was a weird situation. Homeboy could not handle a manual transmission.
So he had to wait for this other dude that I was with. We were making a run. So he would have ended up sitting there for like a half hour, 45 minutes with this chick, and her parents weren't home.
I don't think he would have sat there.
Well, exactly. That's the point.
Wow.
This is disturbing, to say the least.
I'm sorry to get into the middle of that story, but it just hit me, and it seemed seemed like it fit. So,
speaking of inappropriate sex, so a few more details are coming out regarding Jared. Not so much Jared, but the other guy.
Yeah, the guy who ran his foundation.
Yeah,
Or
Russell Taylor.
What was this foundation again? It was
for kids' obesity.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's for fat kids or something.
Fat asses.
He's trying to make kids fatter or something.
Yeah,
something like that.
Fat ass is anonymous.
Yeah,
or something.
kids and fat asses or something. Jared's really pushing that movement.
wants
I mean,
kids to
he
get
figures
fatter.
if he plumps them up, then maybe they can go on the Subway diet, lose all the weight, and be like him. And
That's
so-
a good point.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure that's what his organization
Something like
does.
that.
Yeah. Anyway, the former head of that organization is being accused now of asking a woman if he could have sex with one of her horses.
Is his last name Castile?
What is with the
Taylor, want you out of my horse, Taylor.
Go on and get now, Taylor.
What's with the horses? Why are we hearing about horses all the time? Is that like the in thing now for
Seems
creeps?
like it.
In court papers filed against Russell Taylor, this woman, she hasn't been identified. They're just calling her Jane Doe. I'm assuming that's not really her name.
What
She
is the
said that
horse's name? That's
Taylor asked if he and another woman could come to the house and engage in a three-way with a horse.
You're right, man. What is it about horses?
Is it just that it's so taboo?
But it seems like the thing is, I'm serious.
Oh, no,
it just seems
dude.
like it'd be more of a pain in the ass. If you're gonna go for an animal, why not go for one? You're a horse. You're gonna have to get up on a stool and everything, and like,
Yeah.
why not at least go for an animal? You can just.
It must be just I don't know. I don't know what that is
Also,
about.
I mean, they could kick the shit out of you.
Right. I mean,
Yeah.
at least with a sheep or a pig from the other day, possibly, like you probably could survive.
You know what? Maybe it's the there's
risk.
not the chase. Like with a pig, you'd have to wrangle a pig in a pen somewhere.
Like a sheep, though.
Yeah, I can't imagine they're easy to catch. I don't know. I've never like ran after and tried to tackle and nail a sheep.
Well, they take to haircuts nicely. I mean, you can shear them. I mean, you could
They take the haircuts. Nice.
lull them into a false sense of security with the shears in your hand and then just kind of try to hold that hair and do your thing. I don't know. Horses are used to being mounted, just not mounted in that
But
way.
they're usually kept in the stall, the small stall. And so my point is they're like there.
Contained.
I know they can kick and move around and shit.
And maybe there's such a big animal as we reported. You know, they probably won't even feel it. So you figure that you can get away with it easier. Like normal horses are,
Horses are
most
not
guys are not hung like a horse. I know they say they are, but they're not.
Yeah. Well, someone sent us a video today.
horse
I just
fucking?
saw it. No, not of horse fucking, of a horse laying down on its side. And this woman goes up to pet it. She starts to pet it. And this fucker rears back with his backhand and just boom, kicks her right in the face.
Pimp-handed strong.
His pimp hoof is very strong
Did
in
she
that
just
one.
get fucking? Oh
Dude,
my god!
she got dropped. There it is. Is that it, Mickey?
Oh my god!
This Proops drops her.
Bring
Put it
over
up here.
Yeah, put it up here.
It's not she res-
Oh, it's a
film
cow. I'm
response.
sorry. It's a cow. It's not a horse. Start it again. I'm just going to pet you.
Oh shit! That's some good aim and shit,
Yeah.
right?
He's like, yeah, don't touch me.
Hey, dude! Oh my god!
It's pimping. But look at dude, she's got the full arm deal. She's gonna inseminate that son of a bitch.
She
Yeah,
is.
yeah.
She started this.
Yes.
Oh my god!
Do they have something? Yeah, they've got something hanging out of her ass right
it's
now.
giving birth.
Oh, all right.
Is it giving
There's
birth?
something hanging out of her ass.
Is that some poon? What is that? It's a giant.
The ultimate.
It's okay, good
Dude!
girl.
Oh god!
Oh, dude, I got to tell you.
Oh shit.
She gets up.
She
Yes,
can take
look
a
at
hoof.
this. Look at
she
this.
can take a hoof like anybody.
It had just given birth, right? Yeah.
Oh yeah,
it's
yeah, yeah,
Tugging
yeah.
along or little.
You can see her get up at one point though, right after. Look at she gets up pretty fast.
I could watch this 500 times.
I know. Look at her get up.
Yeah. Damn, dude.
Looking from the time she starts to lift the leg to the actual punch. It's like, boom!
I know.
What happened?
Oh. Great
Look at
pause,
those
Mickey.
hooves. Look at that, Proops.
Are those glasses going flying?
Oh, yeah.
Where are my glasses?
Where are my glasses?
Where are my glasses? My glasses fall off my face.
Imagine filming this. They're sitting there. They're probably trying to maybe for procedures or I don't know, just to see the bees.
Oh, look at that!
Oh, you get a little panty shot there.
God,
she's okay. She's okay.
Like, you get a
How
little
could you? How could you be okay after that? Honestly,
One more
I don't
time,
know.
I want to see this the quote unquote panty shot.
Just saying, I noticed it last minute when she goes down.
do you?
I thought I saw a panty shot.
Wait a minute. Wow.
Yeah, I guess.
I'm not saying it was a nice shot. I'm just saying it. I noticed it.
What's coming out of her ass?
He's got a vicious right hoof. She.
What's coming out of her ass?
Poor
I don't know.
Proops is just like, get away from me.
Yeah, I gave birth, lady. Don't touch me. I know what those gloves are for. So anyway, this back to our man Russell Taylor trying to bang a horse.
Taylor.
The woman refused Taylor's request, claims she was asked as she boards horses at her home. The woman also claims that Taylor sent her the photo of the dog licking the
genitals of the female.
Yes,
To get her in the mood.
the dog licking the nude genitalia area of an adult female. How would you even? What's happened in your dialogue with this individual that leads up to you going, by the way, you mind if me and my buddy come over?
Oh no, another horse
Oh,
kick
no.
or a horse kick, pony kick, little boy.
Oh, bad move.
Oh, in the shins.
You son of a bitch.
Oh.
Cameraman right in the
dude.
face.
Yeah, that's man.
Would you want to go sticking things in holes on that son of a bitch?
No,
I
That's
wouldn't.
quite a majestic beast. Some powerful backhands.
Yeah. Oh boy, this is gonna get ugly quick, isn't it?
Guy trying to control his steed.
Yeah. The steed doesn't look happy.
No. Oh.
Oh, two guys go down. Wow.
Steed takes out two guys with one kick. Boom.
Boom. Yeah, they're not messing around. I wouldn't want to get behind these guys. But how would you get to that point in the conversation where,
dude,
you know what I mean? Like, that's not something you would do on the first day of the talk.
Oh, the hat falls off. That was good.
No, it's what I've always said, man. You go down the slope of just deviance, right? The shit you must do before you get to that.
Which tells you that the conversation, like this girl's trying to come off like, oh yeah, he showed me pictures of blah, blah, blah. This guy this chick getting eaten out by a dog. And then he wants to bang my horses. Doesn't that say that there was some lead up that she's probably a disgusting individual too? You know what I mean? Like that's not just an opening conversation.
I see what you're saying.
You would think that
Where you
had
feel
been
comfortable enough to go into somebody, hey, you know what? I want to use your horse for a three-way.
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking. But as more people come out of the woodwork with this story, it seems there was some really creepy shit going on there. That girl that was like, yeah, Fogel was all interested in middle school girls, and he was not joking. He was talking about how hot they were all the time.
He probably would have loved our shark video.
Yeah.
I mean, would have loved it. The girl in the blue bikini.
Simply a case of mistaken identity. A case of mistaken
Maybe.
identity. That's all it was.
Maybe.
You know, I mean, clearly there was no identification. I wasn't declaring middle school girls hot. I just declared that there was a cute rear end on that girl. And you guys made that call. I didn't say that. I don't know. For all I know, she's 36.
Oh, yeah.
We just don't know.
We don't.
We've tried to get clarification. We've struck out to this point, but
she's not on Facebook. I looked for both of those names.
She's too
on
young.
Facebook.
They don't allow.
You're probably not allowed to make an account.
She's so old that she doesn't even bother with Facebook. She's like, whatever. That's for the kids. Were you going to read something?
No, go ahead.
Little embarrassing moment happened. They think maybe for the first time in the history of television in Mexico.
Oh, I love this.
Yeah, this is unfortunate. Mexican singer, her tampon or her pad fell out during a performance.
Her Moxie pad.
It just kind of slipped between her legs.
Wasn't it the Moxie pad? Honestly.
Yeah.
I think it's a maxi pad, Jay.
He hasn't been around very long.
He hasn't been around long enough.
Oh.
Yeah.
For the Moxie.
His tenure is obviously quite short. The
I
Moxie
like
pad.
that way. You got like I know he doesn't get that you guys have been calling that, but I like that he steps in with a very serious remark of like, I think
I know I saw it on the board and I was like,
maxi pad?
maxi pad.
And it's like,
we're all like, you.
what an
God.
idiot.
Where did that come from?
some guy from London emailed in and said we had Moxie or something, and then we just tailored it into
Moxie pads.
Next time we were talking about changing Nana's Maxi pads, we turned it into Moxie pads.
Yeah, that's right.
It just spun from there.
Patricia Navidad. She was wearing this short blue.
So Patricia Christmas.
Yes. She's wearing this blue mini dress, and she's on this morning television show called Wake Up America, as she sang the song Viva Mexico, and that's when it happened.
Hold on, just physically, so we understand. We're all dudes here, but here's my understanding: these are also referred to as panty liners.
Mm-hmm.
So these are like stuck to the inside of some panties, right?
I'm not entirely sure how these go. I got to be honest with you.
Our resident,
yeah, Mickey reads all the boxes. Mick, how are they supposed to go?
Our resident feminine product expert, Mickey. How do these work, Mick?
Well, there's apparently wingless and winged.
I think these were wingless.
Okay,
which I would think it has the sticky residue. Does it stick
wing,
to the cloth,
the wing
or
goes
does it
around
stick
the
to the vagina?
I think it
sticks to the cloth.
And then you just bleed out on it?
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Yes.
Oh my god.
What happened? Just ovum drips out?
Oh, Jesus.
I guess.
Gross.
Dude, I've wondered about this when the women's soccer team is going for the World Cup.
Yeah.
At halftime, is it just like a rush to the bathroom and you just hear
got to get a new one in?
as they all run to the sprint to the bathroom? Because you got to change it every couple hours.
Hold
we
on.
learned,
Now
right?
you're talking about the tampon.
I know, but they're obviously can't have a pad in during the World Cup. You would have to go with the tampon, right?
So what do just some chicks use the pads and some use the tampon?
Oh, well,
and
isn't
this is just a chick who decided to use the pad. And
well, isn't that the that's the alternative because of that disease,
oh
right?
yes. What is that again, Mick?
TDS or
He's read a lot about it.
That'd be toxic shock syndrome.
Yes.
Yeah.
TSS.
So,
It's very serious.
So the sticky part goes on the vagina,
God,
right?
Gross.
Right to it. Yep.
Good.
You just kind of, when you're done with it, you just you peel it right off there. Kind of gives you a Brazilian while it's doing it, right? I think that's the way it's supposed
that's why
to work.
the shaved look came back, right?
Right, right.
It's big now.
Pretty sure how that's how that goes.
Okay, so this chick decides I'm not going to use a tampon. I'm afraid of TSS.
Absolutely.
I'm just going to throw a pad in my panties here and just bleed out all over it.
Yes. And
in the meantime, I'm going to throw on a really short skirt and dance around on national TV.
Yeah. Good move. So here's how it finished.
Dude! Oh my god! It just flew out of there.
Yeah.
I wonder if she felt that.
Oh my god.
Oh my lord.
I think the guy zooms in on it too. What was that?
Seriously.
So what do you do now? Does she have to pick that up and put it back in? Does someone else have to come back and pick that up? Or?
I think someone probably gives her a tissue and she probably grabs it. And
Is that an intern's job?
I don't know, dude. There's no protocol for this.
Yeah.
There's no protocol. You're making it up as you go. Uncharted waters.
They said that it is believed that the mishap is the first time to have happened to any performing artist in the world.
Wow. It just came springing out of there. It's like it wanted out.
Yeah.
It's like it's something released it.
Well, yeah, it quit halfway through the performance. It was like, I can't
I can't look at her. Is that her? I wouldn't.
That's her? Come on.
That doesn't look like her.
She's 42, but yeah, that's her.
I can't look at her the same way anyway. Even if that is her, I could not look at that model or singer the same way.
That was incredible.
Yeah.
It leapt.
Yeah. It said, it quit. It said, I'm out.
Did.
I'm out. I can't take one more minute of
You think
this.
it was so saturated it needed out?
Do you think she felt
Well, you
that?
notice it didn't bounce off the ground.
That's her? Looks like a totally different chick.
Yeah, she's huge now. Sort of.
Do you think she felt that when it was...
Yeah, that was my question too. Did she feel it slipping out? Like,
They kinda
oh my
go-
god, oh my god.
I would think if your underwear fell off you, you would feel it. I don't know.
Quite this, I guess it is.
Yeah. Well, it's this big patty thing against your junk.
Stuck to your junk.
Yeah, you'd think you would feel that, right?
I'll give her if she did, I will give her credit for continuing on like it didn't happen at all. She doesn't.
Oh,
really,
she's a performer. She's a pro.
People were saying that she maybe did it on purpose.
so just to get her name out there again.
I don't know how you would do that on purpose, though.
Well, you just kind of put it up there and
don't
really fully tuck it in. Just half tuck it in and then dance around a little bit. I don't know. It didn't look that saturated though.
It didn't. It didn't look as used as I would have thought.
I just wonder what the percentage of chicks who actually use these things versus.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not going to ask any of them.
I don't even want to know about it.
Yeah.
Just whatever happens there is what happens. Keep that whole, like I said, that whole aisle even just.
Yeah, how you mop up your ovum.
Yeah,
we don't
that's
want to
on
know.
you. If you're shedding the ovum wall, is it?
The uterine wall.
The uterine wall.
Just whatever.
Oh, imagine if it was messier than that.
Right. It could have been so much worse.
Yeah,
it really could have. It could have splatted when it hit the ground.
By the way, she won the Miss Sinaloa beauty pageant when she was 17.
Maybe we shouldn't be making these remarks.
Right.
Oh, we'll fix this in post.
No, we won't. But yeah. I was like, Sinaloa? Where have we heard that name?
It's all in good fun.
Right. It's just it's an entertainment show.
Hey, speaking of chicks, Krista Jelski.
She's never had that happen, I'm sure.
Maybe your Proops needs a bigger yard. Maybe your family's expecting their very own sweet pie. If you're looking for a new home, Krista Jelski of Remax Suburban is the realtor you need to help you find the home of your dreams. Check out Krista's website at kristasellshouses.com or call her anytime at 586-918-0900. And even if you personally aren't in the market, you got a friend, family member, whatever, who you think might be interested, definitely pass on her name.
Mm-hmm. Please do. Could use the help. So could Krista. We got someone that they're saying is the maybe the worst driver. And unfortunately, I don't have video.
Worse than that old man that hit
the
like
Piggly
10
Wiggly.
He's going around the parking lot.
Just cleaning out cars. That guy was my favorite. Oh, that guy ruled.
Watch that. That's another. You want to talk about another video you can watch over and over again? I could have watched that one 20 times in a row and have no problem.
He came like racing around.
It was like the one car was one thing, and then the fact that he hit that truck that had actually like, tried to get out of his way by going a different way.
Watch that one more time.
The driver of the pickup truck.
If you just look at old man hits 10 parked cars, you'll find it.
Piggly Wiggly.
Like you could read the mind of the driver of that pickup truck that got hit almost last. Like he's just like, "Are you kidding me?" He sees him going like, "No way, are you going to hit me?" Bam, friggin' guy.
Yeah, there he is.
Oh God, here we go.
It's such poor driving. Look at this guy.
Have you seen this, Mickey? You won't be disappointed.
92-year-old driver rams 9 cars in 30 seconds.
Here he comes.
So pulling out.
He's in the middle.
Yeah.
Things are going okay. You should have cut it harder.
Yeah, totally.
He needed to cut it.
Well,
now he's confused.
Yeah. He'll settle that.
No problem.
Bam!
1, 2, 3.
Hey, wait, go back.
4,
he almost
5,
hits that other car via 2 cars.
6.
Oh, let's go to the other camera angle. Here he
guy,
goes.
No.
One more time.
Ooh, nice F-150.
10 cars.
Damn, dude.
Does he hit?
The most remarkable part of this is that he doesn't just wipe out people leaving.
It does
in grocery
push that
cars.
car.
And no, but into another car.
Yeah, he pushes the first one into that one that's facing.
And then this one almost hits another car. Watch.
All right, let's see.
This one right here.
Here he goes forward. He's confused at this point.
Right
You're
there.
right. Oh, he just missed. Just missed.
And then he floors it.
That was inches.
He hit
Here he
2
comes.
more cars and
Here he
almost hit
comes.
2 of them another one.
Heads up, my man.
Oh, that sucks.
And Mick, if you noticed, I don't know if you noticed, but this pickup truck in the first camera
You can
tries
see him.
to get out of the way via the other
Yeah.
if you will, the other path.
So
Well
when they
put.
call this guy the worst driver ever, it's like, wow.
Have they seen the 92-year-old?
Yeah.
Piggly Wiggly.
This guy, they say, swerved to try to hit, and this happened in eastern China. Oh, wait.
I don't feel like Chinese tonight anyway.
He swerved to avoid a young girl and ended up mowing down 3 elderly women. Witnesses say they saw the gray Mazda driving towards the girl at a high speed before turning towards the pavement. The crash happened in eastern China on Monday night. 1 woman remains in intensive care. The other 3 are victims are in stable condition. 1 elderly woman was left trapped beneath the car following the crash. The car also knocked down a fence and at the side of the road, as well as a tree. The driver was asked to take a breathalyzer. He passed. He aced his breathalyzer
Just
test.
shit driver.
Yeah, he's just a shit driver. The driver said, "I was completely unaware of the pedestrians on side of road. It was my instinct that made me steer car other way." The accident.
What are you, stupid?
The accident is now being investigated by the police. It is not clear whether the driver will face any charges. So we'll see. However, I have to say, is that a fair trade? I mean, your options are clean out a young girl.
Well, I know how E would.
Or 3
rule on
elderly
this one.
women.
Gotta take the elderly woman, right?
I mean, 3 for 1 seems like an uneven trade. But
It's Herschel Walker-esque, really.
it is Bo Bergdahl-esque.
It depends on how old they are.
Elderly.
So, like, you think 80 or 70?
Could be.
And this girl's what? Yeah.
Young. They just said young.
You know what? Yeah, those old people.
I mean, yeah,
is what
now
it
you're
is.
talking about planning 3 potential funerals, but I think
You
funerals
already
are
were.
much sadder when you're talking about a child,
Oh, and they're-
right? I mean,
they're-
we can all agree that it's sadder when a child dies versus a senior citizen.
And those funerals were probably
But
already
on
in the
the,
works
on the
anyway.
whole, I
Right.
would, like, as a room, I don't need show of hands, but I think we can all kind of agree, right?
Yeah, the life value is undeniably greater.
Well, Mike,
when you're
yeah.
younger.
The thing is, like, those funerals were probably already in the works. There's probably already paperwork down on how those
Yeah.
were going to go. Whereas in the girl, probably not the young girl.
And it's not like we're saying the odds are that those 3 were going to expire that day, but the odds were greater that those 3 were going to expire that day than the young girl.
Yeah, you light a few candles, you move on.
Yeah. I mean, you're not going to see, there would definitely be Mylar balloons and teddy bears if the little girl was plowed into.
Unquestionably.
Has a senior citizen ever died on the streets and there was Mylar balloons left and teddy bears?
I don't think that'd be appropriate. No.
I don't see how that would be appropriate. I don't even think you hang a half-ass wooden cross.
Not in China.
No. So anyway, I don't know. I think it's a stretch to call him the worst driver ever, but
I'm with the 92-year-old.
Yeah,
the Piggly Wiggly driver.
That was a good excuse to watch that video again, though.
Yeah. We got in Connecticut. A pair of human legs and an arm have been discovered. I know you love these stories. Wrapped inside plastic bags near a train station. No sign of a body, though.
No sign other than the limbs.
Yeah, I mean, it couldn't be that much further away, right? I mean, if you take the legs and an arm off, I mean, how far could it have gotten? Seriously, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, it wouldn't be hard to catch them. It feels like.
Police confirm they have found at least 1 arm in a bag on a ledge below a bridge close to the train station. It followed the discovery from yesterday when they found 2 legs, which were found in thick foliage along a fence near the station.
Did they use the word grizzly? The grizzly discovery? Seems like they always use that when you talk about limbs.
Yeah, that's it. I didn't see grizzly, but you often see grizzly, or grim discovery, grizzly, a severed parahuman.
How to use the word grizzly?
Yeah, no, I don't see grizzly anywhere in the story.
They missed an opportunity.
It's thought the legs have been sitting there for about a week.
Oh, damn.
Would they continue to grow hair?
What?
What? I mean, seriously, if they were female legs that were shaved, would they grow hair?
How about
No.
toenails? Toenails continue to grow, and I believe
Do they?
hair does continue to grow.
See, and you thought I was being ridiculous, see?
Seriously.
Really?
I think Gary the dead body expert has actually mentioned that before, I believe.
Really?
Yeah, that hair
Interesting.
continues to grow.
Dave Hartman from the New Haven police said it is unclear if the remains are related, but that forensic officers were combing the scene. I would venture a guess to say that they're related. I would hope you're not just stumbling across arms and legs on
Just a
a regular
coincidence.
basis. Yeah. 3 separate individuals. I suppose anything's possible. Sometimes we've had people who are dismembered. If in fact that's the case, this could happen to try and throw investigators off as to where the person is and who a person is. The examiner is trying to determine age, gender, and race of the person or people whose remains were found.
Gross.
That would so suck to find that.
Dude, again, I've said it before, man. The idea of taking it to the dismemberment level, God, you are just a sick fucker, man, at that point.
Yeah.
When you can bring yourself to do that. Ugh.
Speaking of dismembered in a weird way, this we've seen stories about this lately of planes coming into land and lasers being fired. Laser. People using their laser pointers. You want to see a bunch of dismembered bodies take down a jumbo jet as it's coming into approach.
Yeah, what is the deal with that?
Well, the FAA is investigating 11 commercial flights that all reported they were illuminated by lasers while flying into New Jersey. And I think New York as well. The incidents occurred yesterday between 9 p.m. and 10:30 p.m. The lasers hit the left and right sides of the cockpits along with the sides of the planes. There were no injuries. Lasers, they say, can distract or temporarily blind pilots. Pointing one at a plane is a federal crime.
Is this more last day of Ramadan fun? Perhaps.
Maybe. I don't think you can blind people. Like, there's different degrees of power out of those lasers. Like the ones that you fuck with your cat with.
Yeah.
I think you'd have to literally hold that like right at your eyeball to do any damage.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't think you would be able to get that up to a plane. Maybe you could shoot it up there, but I don't think it would. But some of those lasers are really powerful and can really do damage. You can buy them online, which is scary. I don't know why you would need those unless you wanted to fuck with a plane. But I just don't understand these people. Like, worst case scenario, what, you just take down a 747 and wipe out 300 people?
Yeah, best case, you and your buddy go.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
Like, seriously, I don't know at what point you think that's funny.
Yeah, it's weird, man.
It's like throwing a brick off a bridge.
Like, it's either like
traffic.
really, really nefarious intent, like you're a terrorist trying to take it down a plane, or it's, fucking Beavis and Butthead jackasses sitting there. And if it's the latter, it's like, really, guys, you can't think beyond that moment and consider that this could literally kill hundreds of people.
It seems more Beavis and Butthead to me, unless it's some rookie terrorist. I mean, like I don't know. It seems more dumb shit that young males would do.
Yeah.
But I
you
like
see
to
that
think
in soccer
we would have been
matches, man. People doing it in the goalie's eyes.
Really?
Yeah.
Can you tell who's doing it?
Probably. I mean,
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean like pro ones? I thought you were talking about like your kids' games.
No.
Yeah, that happened
Like
in
Mexico.
the football game too. Remember the Lions kicker?
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yes, at the Lions game, some asshole Lions fan was doing it.
Yeah.
Right?
And bragging about it. They're showing it on the guy's face.
Yeah, you put it on his Twitter or some shit.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I think they took his season tickets from him.
Yes, they did.
So some of these planes were at like 3,000 feet, 15 miles, coming into land. Pointing a laser into a cockpit is a federal crime that carries a maximum of 5 years in prison and a $250,000 fine.
Is that just like you're an unimportant fuck who can't make any impression on the world around you? So you think, oh, look at this, right? I mean, what makes that guy shoot it at the kicker at the Lions game so he can tell his buddies and put it on Twitter and everybody go, awesome, man.
Yeah.
You like affected something in the world, right?
Maybe. I don't know. It's probably a little of both. You don't think it's going to have some adverse effect, maybe, but you can still go, did you see that green light? That was me.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I saw that on TV. That was me.
Yeah.
Like, give you some sort of notoriety.
Totally.
But then if it goes bad, you're public dickhead number one. But a plane, like anything to do fucking with a plane, like the drones, for instance, these people that I'm going to be the guy that gets the image of the plane coming in from above the plane. Like, the odds are it's going to happen where that's going to get sucked into one of those turbines and you're going to take a plane down and you're going to wipe hundreds of people out at once.
Dumbasses.
I just don't get it. The FBI launched a campaign in January aimed at people who focus these lasers at planes. They're often as much as $10,000 for information leading to anything like that. I'd love to hear from our pilots on that. If they've seen stuff like that. But it's happening thousands of times a year. It's getting worse every year where this is going on. So yeah, they've got radio calls from all these pilots as it's happening. Like, yeah, United Air 236 coming in to land, and we're being hit in the face with a laser.
Wow.
And they've got all these not like 911 calls, but not 911, but air traffic control calls from these people. It's crazy. We'll get to email in a minute. I do have an Ask E potentially.
Oh, well, he didn't want to take part yesterday. I wonder if he has a different attitude today.
Perhaps.
I'm being the better man.
You are?
Yeah, I'm taking the higher
Did
role.
you accept? Well, Jay forgave you.
I didn't accept said forgiveness.
Well, it sounds like you haven't grown up enough yet then.
Right.
TLC, by the way,
that's true, but
has canceled officially 19 Kids and Counting.
Oh my God. I was ready for the next season. Actually, having said that, stupid. If they had brought that back, I would have so started watching. I knew they weren't. We all knew they weren't going to. But that I totally would have watched the next few episodes of that.
The show will no longer appear on the air. It's been in limbo since May. The network, however, is not ruling out a spin-off of the show featuring some of the Duggar children.
Who would those be? Which ones?
Jill and Jessa. the two that they say are the most likely choices because they're spitting out brats now themselves. So, and
those are the two that were molested, right?
Yeah.
Two of the four sisters that he was fingering.
TLC also announced it has learned it is teamed with two prominent child protection organizations for an ongoing campaign to raise awareness about child sexual abuse.
Oh, it is? That's nice.
Yeah. They're going to make lemons out of lemonade. With this.
They're going to air a 1 hour commercial free. So we're not trying to make money off this.
No, not at all.
We're going to air a commercial free special on child sexual blah, blah, blah.
Will that special include the fact that there's, in my opinion, there's no doubt that they didn't know about these allegations beforehand and continued to run a show?
Yeah.
Or will that, I don't know, maybe not.
We spent the past month and a half in thoughtful consideration about what was the best way to move forward here. Is it possible to keep the show on the air even though this guy was fingering half his sisters? Is it possible?
How can we spin this?
The money's coming in still, so we don't really want to, we don't want to say no right away.
We took it as an opportunity to step further than just how do we protect ourselves and step into how do we protect our audience and protect children.
Is that what they were thinking?
That's what they were worried about. Our goal is to take what has been a difficult and painful experience and focus that attention on the really critical issue of child protection and child sex abuse. The Duggar family released a statement, and they said, over the last several years, people have said to us, "We love your show." We've always responded, "It's not a show; it's our lives."
Shut up! Shut up! Then don't take any money, and why are you filming it?
Our desire in opening our home to the world is to share Bible principles that are answers for life's problems. With God's grace and help, Josh, our daughters, and the entire family overcame a terrible situation, found healing and a way forward. We are so pleased with the wonderful adults they have all become.
Here come 2 words for you. Shut the fuck up.
We know who holds the future and are confident that he will work all things together for good. We love each of you and look forward to unfolding the future with peace and joy and blah, 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 and all that shit. Yeah.
Well, good for TLC.
Yeah. How many of the Duggar kids can you name?
I can't actually even name. I think I can. You just named 2 and I already forgot their names.
Jessa or something?
Jess is on the list. They all start with J's.
Oh, I forgot. You're right.
No, didn't they go away from that after a while?
Finally, there's been a recent one, I think, that finally didn't have a J.
Yeah, I feel like we had them all in front of us and we were commenting on that.
I think so. I'm going from memory here, but let's see. There's
really? Come on.
Josh, Jana,
yeah,
John David, Jill, Jessa, Ginger with a J.
Yeah.
Joseph, Josiah.
Yeah, those are
getting hung up on. Joanna, Jedediah, Jeremiah, Jason, James, Justin, Jackson, Johanna, Jennifer, Jordan, Grace, and Josie. Am I missing one?
I swear I thought there was a Michael.
Am I missing one?
I think you got them all, Mike.
Off the top of your head, maybe you should look down on the paper and see if you missed
something. Trying to think. That's just off the top of my head. If I've missed anyone, forgive me.
Oh, okay.
I'm just going from memory.
Yeah, isn't that cute how they do all the J's?
No.
Yeah, that's wonderful how they do that.
Did you and Gab ever have that discussion?
Dude, it's so stupid. I hate that.
Yeah. I can't see you guys doing that.
Because then you have to explain to everybody, right? That's the deal. If you decide that all your kids are going to begin with E or whatever, then you have to tell everybody, oh yeah, we all named him
I just don't get it, man. Why?
Yeah.
Why? Why do you do that? Just like a cutesy thing.
It's a you thing.
Oh, it'd be so cute. They'd all start with an E or. It's just,
All right, you want to do an Ask E or Ask Jay?
No, let's do an Ask E. Let's involve him in the show. Let's see if he has anything to say today.
And I believe one of our fine listeners sent us this one.
They sent it in as they have a question, or they sent it in as they
found it somewhere and sent it in. Thought it was relevant. During our adventure of driving up Pikes Peak in Colorado, my girlfriend and I stopped to admire the view, and she wandered up the road to take some pictures. I joined her. As we returned to our vehicle, there was a steep drop on one side. The other side was the road. There wasn't a great deal of traffic. I considered the drop-off to be the greater hazard, so I walked on that side. Was that the correct gallant decision? Gallant decision? Gallant.
So, I guess even though I listened, I'm still confused.
So you've got a road on one side,
okay,
and you've got a cliff edge on the other, and he chose to walk. He had to pick which side of the girl he was going to walk on.
Yeah.
Do I walk on the side by the road to protect her from possible oncoming traffic, or is the greater danger the cliff edge? So I walk on the cliff edge side so she doesn't fall off the cliff.
Roadside, dude. Like if she starts to fall, you're going to catch her. Really?
Yeah, he chose the cliff side. And
you're just going to kill both of you.
Yeah, I think you go roadside because if you go cliffside, as you've said, maybe you get pushed over.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely you do.
And I just don't think you're going to save both of you. I think what's going to happen is that something happens, you're both going to fall down.
Well, their advice was, indeed, just as a gallant gentleman precedes a lady down a staircase so that if she trips, she will have something soft to land on.
What?
A gentleman should walk on the side of the cliff. That seems sexist, doesn't it?
What an asshole to write this in, by the way. What a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
You can fucking imagine.
Did I do the right thing?
Right.
Miss Manners, did I do the right thing?
Miss Manners, I have a girlfriend, and we walked out on this cliff, and I was so concerned on whether I did the right thing or not.
Almost sounds contrived.
I think you walk roadside because it's easier to push her off the fucking cliff if she gets lippy.
In case something happens.
Yeah, if you're on the cliffside, then you got to grab her and swing her around, and there's a better chance of her grabbing onto you. If she's cliffside, you can just.
I'm so mad about this question because the idea that you would write this into Miss Manners or wherever he sent it in.
Mm-hmm.
How?
The other one, Jay, I'll ask to you and get your opinion on this. And this is a sensitive subject, but
I like all my kids the same.
No, I'm not going there. I'm not going there. My husband has stage 4 cancer and is in constant pain.
Ooh.
A big worry for him is me being alone in life after his passing. Several months ago, when the subject came up, I told him that while I'm not a prophet, I know I'll be okay. I'm a social person.
Oh, she's already moved on. She's already found another dick. She's already found another dick.
I have a nice support group with various organizations. I'm close with family and coworkers, etc. 4 months ago,
she doesn't even seem like she cares.
A high school friend and I reconnected.
There, she's boning him already.
Yeah, she's just seeing this whole thing through.
Yeah,
we have shared many conversations and have built a meaningful relationship.
Oh, I bet they have.
The gnawing question is, do I share this information with my husband now, wait until he mentions his leaving me alone again, or say nothing?
What a bitch.
There's a fine line here between the putting my husband's fears to rest and potentially making him feel he will be easily replaced.
Yeah. That you've already been replaced.
Yeah. Well,
I'm curious what other women have done in similar situations. Did they explore the new situation, have an affair, or maintain a celibate relationship?
Dude, why don't you just kick him into the grave right now, dude? Just like, why even?
Seriously, put a bullet in his head. That's what it sounds like you're doing.
He's fucking done anyway.
She's moved on. Mentally, she's moved on.
Right. She's not even, the funeral won't even be a big deal for her. It's just going to kind of be like a formality. Just like, I guess we got to do this.
Opportunity to cash that insurance check.
She really seems to be pushing this that, oh, my husband's really worried about my...
Yeah.
You know, how will I get on? So I owe this to him to let him know that I've already moved on.
No, you owe him to say, look, I'm confident I'll be fine.
Yeah.
And just continue to send that message.
Yeah.
Dude, your husband
you don't disclose that you found somebody.
And you went an old high school flame that you've reconnected with.
That's awful.
This guy's laying in bed, dying at home in constant pain, according to you. And you're out gallivanting, however that
gallivanting.
says, gallivanting around.
Gallivanting.
And I
bitch.
guarantee she's already at least blown this guy or given him a hand
Something's
job.
happened.
Something. I guarantee something's happened.
And for sure, it's been an emotional cheating, as we think that the ladies tend to think is more big of a deal. Jay said, in the past with girls, she is already cheated on him by now, in my opinion.
And my opinion is if they come rushing in and going, ma'am, we found a cure.
Oh,
we got something that'll
yeah.
let him hang on for another year at least. We've got to try this new wonder drug. It's amazing. It's just hitting the market. He fits the trial perfectly.
Wow.
That's exciting. Woo.
Are you sure we can afford that? Oh yeah, no, trust me. Pro Bowl, we're gonna get it for free. It's a test trial. Oh
yeah. We got to get him in immediately though.
Oh,
it sounds like she'd be bummed if that were to come up.
Yeah, she's moved on. That's not cool.
Yeah.
Dude, he's dying, and you're right. This idea that she's like, I'm just worried for him.
He's
fucking dying.
If I'm dying in bed, I would hope that Beth or whoever would go like, oh yeah, you're the only one. I mean, like,
just give the lip service, right?
Totally. Lie to me.
Dude, even be banging somebody on the side already, but don't tell you like, oh, should I be thinking this? Or
I mean, we all know how Jay and Carol worked out. But
God, you never mentioned Carol in 6 months.
That was yours. I mean,
what a bitch, man.
Isn't that terrible?
Yeah, that's a no-brainer, man.
Yeah, well, the advice they gave is, I agree there is a fine line between putting your husband's fears to rest and make him feel he'll be easily replaced. The reality is whether things work out with your old school chum or the budding romance comes to nothing, relationships are not interchangeable. While your husband is a special man whose only concern is for you, in my heart, I don't think this news of the relationship should be shared with him. I think you would feel better about yourself if you postponed an affair until after your husband is gone. If this old friend cares deeply for you, he should be willing to wait.
Yeah, wait till the old man not kicks the bucket.
I would think you'd be saying, why are we even having this discussion before there's
you're
death?
Like, you're married right now. She's essentially just asking, is it okay to cheat on her husband because he's dying?
Yeah. And she's like, I think you should wait before having the affair.
Do you think she would give the same advice if a guy was asking that? If a guy,
probably not.
Don't you think she would be like, you're a monster, your wife isn't dead yet? That advice seems, I don't know, am I wrong on that?
Sexist?
It seems like it seems to me like if a man asked that, it would be like, what a pig, my God, I can't believe you're thinking this.
I agree with you.
We do have some email, Mike.
Very good. What do we got?
The debate rages on, Mike. The debate rages on.
Oh, no.
And we, of
Which
course,
one?
are referring to the anal-oral debate.
Go Team Anal.
Yes, I'm with you. Hashtag Team Anal.
I totally disagree. I want some gay listeners of ours to write in and ask and tell us which is gayer. Blowing someone or taking it in the ass.
That's not the question, though, is like gun to your head and you've got to give one up. What's the right answer, right? And I guess we're finding that it's a very subjective thing.
Oh, really?
But to me, that's what we're finding. But to me, it's so clear and so easy.
You mean there's not technically a 100% right answer?
I think there is.
I do too, and you're
apparently, you guys are.
Go ahead. What do you got?
It's 2-2 in this room right here. I mean,
yeah, it is a split.
I just feel like you guys aren't considering all the issues, and believe us, listeners, we've talked about this at length off air too. So this has gone on.
It's been quite the topic of discussion.
Like we've talked about it more off air than on air.
Yeah,
and we've talked about it quite a few times on air. Mark writes in, Jay, I can't believe during the argument of anal versus oral, the topic of the finish has not been discussed. See, I feel like it has been, but maybe that was off air. I know we've talked about the fact that as you're blowing this dude, he's going to blow all over your face and or inside your mouth.
Not if he's respectful.
I don't think that's...
This rapist who's raping your face is a respectful man.
Well, fine. You want some guy coming in your ass, whatever.
I certainly would rather have a guy coming in my ass than in my mouth. I would. I'm on record. I would argue that where the seed would go after said event is the deal breaker. Please ask Mike where he would rather have another dude blow a load, his face/mouth or his ass/back. To me, the answer is an easy one, says Mark.
God.
No way do I want that shit close to my mouth where I would have to taste it. I'm going to barf now just thinking about it. Thanks for the great work, boys. Love the show. Mark. Great points, Mark.
Here's where I think I get lost in this discussion. I eat food every day. I'm used to putting stuff in my mouth. Like I've had food in my mouth. I do that regularly. I've had a banana in my mouth. I know what that feels like.
That's true.
And so I'm not like that deathly afraid of that. It's like, okay, it's the fear of the unknown of like, oh God, here we go.
Oh, it's probably as awful as anyone could imagine getting that thing rammed up your ass. But dude, I just keep coming back to the thing. Like I would barf time after time just with that thing close to my face.
And I don't think
I would. Getting up the ass, you're facing a different way. You're able to kind of go to your happy place, as they say.
No, this is bullshit. Here's what you keep doing. And I don't like this, counselor. You keep spinning this like you're this helpless, defenseless, poor prisoner who's in this fetal position and just taking one. And then when you spin it my way, I'm caressing his balls and stroking his cock.
Dude, the first thing a guy's going to do who's raping your mouth is going to grab you by the head and start jamming your face toward him.
And he's going to grab you by the hips and start just plowing if you're not already bucking back at him. I'm not sure.
I stand by my answer, dude.
I stand by mine.
Team anal. You are wrong on this.
Team oral it is.
Fred writes in.
Hashtag team oral.
Fred writes in. Evening, O wise magistrate and givers of head. Just want to end this debate once and for all. First, next to your noose, your mouth brings life's greatest pleasures, such as latching on, screaming at dumbasses, and enjoying culinary delights. What does your ass bring you? The occasional SBD in a crowded room. That's about it, right? After your horrendous experience, you can just take a good shit and maybe sit gently for a while. No lifelong after effects. Now, if you jam it in your face hole, you not only will have to see it, smell it, and taste it, but at some point you will have to look your perpetrator in the eye. Afterward, every time you kiss your kids, your wife, even Nana, you will know that you just shared a stinky noose with those you love most. You will forever be able to say, doesn't taste as bad as that dude's dick.
That could make everything taste a lot better, though. You can always be like,
this is delicious compared to that guy's dick.
Right. Foods that you used to fucking kind of like, now you're like, well, it's not so bad.
Yeah, it's greatest food ever. Now
open up your palate if you think about it.
Given these facts, clearly it's better to just bend over than kneel. I say good day, sir. I said good day.
Totally disagree. Team moral.
It's all day obvious long to me. Amber writes in, where are my glasses? 2 months ago, my boyfriend introduced me to your rad podcast. Since then, I have become a diehard fan. Anyway, as I age, I often need my glasses to see.
Where are my glasses?
Every time my boyfriend sees
oh man, what's all those other boyfriend?
Every time my boyfriend sees me squinting eyes, he says, Where are my glasses? In a very soft voice that sounds like a nerd with a retainer in their mouth. Although I listen daily, I've yet to hear the reference. Where's my glasses? Where are my glasses?
The Abby. Look at that proofs.
Can you do me a favor and say it on your show or give me the episode number so I can check it out? Thank you. Where are my glasses? Where are my pink glasses?
Yeah, that was a little girl who
her mom was outraged.
Yeah, they were outraged because they took her pink glasses off.
She had these cute little pink glasses that she needed. They were thick as Coke bottles, man.
Yeah. She had these giant pigtails.
Yeah.
What was going on? There was something going on with her.
Yeah, I don't remember what condition she had, but
made her a total proops though.
She was
so cute.
She was a cutie
look
pie.
at that cutie.
And we speculated that she sounded like, where are my glasses? Can I have my pink glasses, please?
Yeah, that was her quote when they showed her school photo.
Yeah.
And her question to her mom was,
where are my glasses?
Yeah.
So,
like, Abby,
dude, but come on, Abby, don't you remember?
Hey,
like,
stay with us here, Abby.
Yeah, it had nothing to do with your memory. It just you can't.
Snatched them off your face and took the image.
Yeah, Olin Mills removed them from your face, and
they pulled down the library scene behind you and snapped the image.
Yeah,
come on.
Yeah.
Bill writes in.
Yeah,
there, look at that proofs.
Look at that proofs.
Where are my glasses?
Where are my glasses?
Abby, look at her. She's
Go to
got
the
Abby in the front.
Go to the YouTube video right now and
Look
you can
at
see what
that
Abby
little
looks like.
cutie
That's
pie.
being shared, right?
She's a cutie pie. Little Abby.
ain't proofs.
Bill writes in, hey, fellas, been a while since I've written in, but just want to give you some feedback. The story of the man in Pennsylvania rolling with the pigs, you guys left out the best part.
What?
He was drunk on Ham's beer.
That's
the
true.
cheapest and best tasting beer I've ever come across.
Nice.
At $12.99 a 30-pack, how could you not endorse them? The taste far surpasses Budweiser or any other common beer. So I suggest you whippersnappers try it out. Reroute the Kickstarter funds or I'll wire you the cashola. Either way, enjoy. Love you guys and keep it stiff.
I regularly since I found Ham's beer, bring Ham's 30 packs to NASCAR over Natty
That
Ice.
is not that cheap a beer, though.
Well, for the record, I vote for not rerouting Kickstarter funds and instead go with option 2. He'll wire us some cashola.
Yeah, I'd rather.
Right.
Yeah, why would he rewrite? Why would he give us an option where one is? Oh, look at that, Abby.
We've never seen video of Abby. Look at it, proofs.
Where are my Cheerios? Where are my Cheerios?
She's so wee.
Without her,
Look how wee she is.
so she has
There's her outraged mom.
That's why her mom.
Glasses.
Yeah, she needs the glasses.
Yeah, you don't recognize her without the glasses.
No, look at that face.
I knew then she couldn't see, and I couldn't comprehend quite what would have been going through somebody's mind to ask her to take those off.
Even Abby noticed a problem with the picture.
You have too much glasses.
We actually got
Not
to
too
hear her
far
say it.
off.
What happened to my glasses? What happened to my
Abby noticed
glasses?
a problem with the picture.
You have too much glasses.
Oh my God.
Awesome.
That's pretty much it.
Wow, dude.
To my glasses.
There she is. There's little Abby, the cutie pie.
Proofs. Look at that, proofs.
Mike writes in, King, can you please take that whiny, bitching, smelly, useless, retarded, non-producing, non-contributing, fuckface asshole off the show?
Who said that?
Mike. Instead of killing off the E character, you should murder him off the show.
I wrote that. Sorry.
Mickey has been there for like 2 months on and off, and that dude could engineer and produce, not to mention execute a flawless on-air read, as could Kadog. Teach E a lesson.
Thanks, Mike.
Teach E a lesson in real-world business and boot this asswipe out of the studio permanently. He obviously doesn't care if this thing makes it or not. He'll always have a basement to live in, someone else buying his groceries, doing his laundry, supplying his transportation, buying him tickets to NASCAR, etc., etc., etc. I can't take his little temper tantrums, his unorganized word jumbling, and airing out his and TCG's on again, off again relationship.
You can blame that on Mike. I don't have to talk about that on the air.
We all know
the show.
We all know they're pure homos. I love the show.
Oh, I'm sure you're straight, you fucking faggot. Jesus. Fuck,
Whoa,
dude.
that was hateful.
That was bullshit.
That
man.
was hateful right there.
Yeah, because it's bullshit.
Fucking faggot.
I wasn't even going to repeat
That
it.
was was macro.
I'm sure you have no
It's very
friends.
macro aggressive.
I'm sure you have no friends that you hang out with on a regular basis. Give me a break. Having said that, thanks for listening.
And Bone. I love the show, says Mike, but he's bringing it down. That 36-year-old needs to go. God damn it. Death to the E character. I truly hope that you, Walters, and either Kadog and or the Mixture have a truly glorious weekend. Fuck E right in his stinky mouth hole.
I'm going to have a great weekend, by the way. I can't wait. I got a few things going on this weekend I'm very excited about.
Peace and blessings, Mike.
Thanks, Mike.
That's my middle name, Mike.
Peace and
Yours
blessings.
is? My name is Michael. My middle name.
Sorry.
James the pastor writes in, gathered brethren, survivors, and those that mourn, in light of the unexpected self-demise of the character formerly known as Big E, I'd like to solemnly offer my services to perform a well-structured and poignant eulogy for the services that I'm sure to be held in mass.
Yes.
For the rows of somber fans gathered, I would ask for no roadside memorials while I construct a fabricated yarn of living life to the fullest for the currently departed. So E, we've got it all planned. We could have a little eulogy for you. You could go out in style. What do you
And
think?
then we could get his head stuffed so we have something to slap when we
Yeah.
walked in the
I'm
room.
still going to be alive for a little bit to go here.
Well,
Not if
we've
we
moved
murder
on
you
already.
off the show.
We've moved on.
Mike wants us to murder you off the show.
Wow, that's not going to happen. So
Joel writes in, greetings once again, King, Prodder, and Big E's replacement. I don't drink coffee, but evidence tells me coffee drinkers must be stupid. The Detroit Cast mugs, as well as most other mugs, are supposed to be held in your left hand. Non-dominant hand does non-dominant things. Non-dominant hand does non-dominant things. Duh. I would call drinking coffee a secondary function. While opening doors, grabbing things, writing, etc., all can be done flawlessly while holding the alleged left-handed mug in your
So,
left hand.
if you're having your morning coffee and you've got the TV remote in your hand, you want the TV remote in your dominant hand for changing channels, volume controls, and then you just got the coffee hand in your left.
Even if you held a right-handed mug in your right hand, your penmanship would be atrocious and illegible. My experience with coffee
Great
drinkers
point.
tells me while drinking coffee, coffee drinkers get nothing done. Want proof? Come to my work. Yup. Problem solved. Next issue.
Great point.
Don't kill the Big E character. Reason being, he's got He's got a little more stock and history than the Mickey character, so maybe Mickey can take over the Big E character, and we'll just kill Eric Fady. Speaking of the 36-year-old tard, why can't E say put? P-U-T, put. Whenever he says,
I'm not saying it right now.
Whenever he says put, he says it with a B instead of a P. I've noticed this for an extremely long time and don't know if anyone else notices. I don't know. Maybe it's just another symptom of autism. Maybe give him a couple tests. Have him read the following sentences out loud.
I'm not reading these sentences.
1, I put a poster of Channing Tatum on my bedroom wall. Go ahead, E. No, I'm not going to do it.
I put a poster of Channing Tatum, whatever, on my wall.
I put vanilla pudding on my cock and jack off to Channing Tatum.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. What is it?
I put vanilla pudding on my cock and jack off to Channing Tatum.
I put vanilla pudding on my cock and jack off to hot chicks.
No, you got that wrong. So it's jack off to Channing Tatum.
Jack off to your mom. This guy's mom.
Whoa.
Ooh.
To Joel's mom?
You really put vanilla pudding on your dick when you jack off?
To Joel's mom.
Joel's mom passed away last year. How do you feel about that now?
Well,
Man, that's
are
gross.
there still pictures out there?
You're jacking off to dead women?
Well, no,
like
I'm
rotted.
looking at,
She's well rotted by now. It's been a year, dude.
I'm looking at images.
Her hair's done growing even. Toenails, done.
Done.
I looked that up. It's bullshit.
Really?
Your skin just gets smaller, so it looks like your stuff's growing, but it's not.
Interesting.
Oh.
I put one hand on my balls while I put the other hand on Tony's balls. Go ahead.
I put one hand on my balls and I put another hand on your mom's tits.
He did the butt there.
What did
I don't open my mouth.
And
I've heard people say some of the reason that I talk like that is I don't open my mouth enough when I talk. That's why I car. I don't know. That's what I've heard before. That's what I heard Specs anyway, I think.
When you started doing these, he kept putting put as the second word. I put. So it was easy for E to catch it. He did a double put on that one.
Yeah, fooled him.
And it stumped him. And E did the B instead of the P that he's talking about on the second put. If that made sense.
Fourth and final sentence. I fingered Tony's ass, then let him
I'm
lick.
not saying that.
I fingered Tony's ass, then let him lick the mess off my cock. Put.
Yeah, I'm definitely not saying that one now. You son of a bitch.
I think that's all for now. Love the show. Fuck you, E, you gross piece of shit. Stop waiting around for Jay and Mike to do everything when you have all the free time in the world, acting like your 6-hour workdays are so busy and stressful. I have a feeling E gets nothing done because he's too busy jacking off all the time. Bye, B-U-I.
Whatever you want to
Winky
believe, man.
face! The crowd is spoken order!
Believe whatever the hell you want. I don't have to prove anything to you, my man.
Telling me.
I don't.
Yeah, he doesn't have to prove anything to anybody.
I don't.
He can sit here and do his shit.
You're right.
Yeah.
It's a business, as I've been told several times in front of me that this is a business and I have bosses. So,
yep.
Good point. We done?
We'll save the rest for Monday.
I like it. All right. Well, let's call it a day there. Is there anything else we need to mention? We good?
We can mention the Amazon link again.
Yeah, good mention. Please use the Amazon link. You'll find it on our webpage, just below the fold. DetroitCast.com. You'll find it there. Please click on it. Use it. Shop as you normally do. It's a great way to donate to the show. Or you can just, as Mike has mentioned, donate to the show. There's also a link there.
Under Help the Show.
That you can hit. Help the show. Okay,
Yep.
and you'll find the Canadian Amazon link there.
For our neighbors to the north.
Neighbors to the north. Please hit it.
Very good. Have a great weekend, everybody. Thanks for hanging with us, and let's do it again next week.
You've been listening to the Detroit Cast with your hosts, Mike and Jay. From all of us at Radio for One Studios, thank you for listening. And as always, thank you, Detroit.
Listen to God, watch you grow.